by Mickey Cavill. Let's try again. Hello and welcome to another episode of With Enough Prep Time. I'm your host, the Nerdman, and today I'll be talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, is this a spoiler review?
No, I'll make it a non-spoiler for you.
No, sorry. I didn't realize this was a review of this. I have nothing to add yet because I haven't seen it yet. I was just wondering what this was. Yeah, I'm gonna dip then. But yeah,
you can ask me questions and stuff like that.
Oh no, it's just would you say it's one of would you say it's more of a Sam Raimi film or an MCU film? That's my first question.
Wow, very, very good question right up the jump, and I will answer that for you in just a second. So I'm gonna say it's more of a Sam Raimi film. It does have some flaws of the MCU. There's some, and really, actually, all the bad things about this movie stem from it being an MCU movie. It's not a perfect movie, but I'll say this. I mean, most of the really bad flaws of the movie stem from it being a MCU movie. But I'll say this, that the good stuff and the bad stuff are more of it, like the kind of soft bad stuff and the really, really great stuff are definitely Sam Raimi's. And that's what I like about this movie, actually. You know, this is a director-driven movie for the most part. There's a couple of MCU bits here, but for the most part, it is an absolutely a director-driven movie, and it has the heart, it has the flaws, and it has the great stuff of what Sam Raimi does. Everywhere where it's an MCU movie is the most horrible stuff ever. But I'm glad to say that for the most part, I thought this was a really fantastic movie. I think it's top tier MCU. I think it's better than.
I was going to ask if you thought this was Sam Raimi's better films in the last 15 years after the two Spider-Man films, but I guess you answered it. Well, anyway, I have just one more question before I leave, and then I'll let you guys talk spoilers. When you're done talking about it in spoiler review zone, you do the tournaments and just DM me on Twitter, and I can join back. But anyway, last non-spoiler question. Go. Dip. Just basically, I wanted to know: are in your opinion, are there any character reveals in it, without spoiling? I don't know. I haven't seen any online, luckily, besides, the obvious one that everyone knows, Neiman, with this guy. But outside of that, are there any No Way Home level character reveals that will get everybody hyped up, or is it mainly just small Easter eggs of sort of characters, moderate characters?
I mean, it depends on your threshold for wow. I'm gonna say it didn't wow me in that aspect. But it completely depends on your threshold for what is a wow reveal. So that's why I had to call this Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Sanity, because that for me is the biggest flaw. It's this multiverse concept. As a story between Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch, that's where I think this movie shines the best. I mean, this chick, Elizabeth Olsen, bravo. I would say maybe the best villain and the best villain arc, and it's simple, it's effective, it's heartfelt, and all of those things of any MCU villain, maybe outside of Thanos. I thought she did great. What a performance by her. and like really coming into her own as this character. I thought that was the strongest part. I think Benedict Cumberbatch, apart from the fact I have a weird thing about his face and how it looks in that hair, that fake hair they give him. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was pretty damn good, actually, in the movie, and I thought America Chavez was pretty charming as a character. All in all, I'm shocked at some of the response to this. Maybe because it doesn't fit into the MCU vibe enough for certain people, that the scores on Rotten Tomatoes keep getting lower. But I thought this was, I thought this was a really, really satisfying. It's not completely unique from the MCU, but for the most part, Sam Raimi really does his thing. And towards the end, it really, I think it, the middle, the latter half of the middle part, and the end, when it really, gets into the heart of the story.
To be fair, I kind of expected this.
It's online, Cole, if you want to see it. It's online.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna wait to watch it HD in theaters.
By the way, guys, and I feel bad now that I did this, but you know how I hate the MCU. So instead of getting a ticket for Doctor Strange.
Did you buy a Batman ticket and then sneak in?
Good man.
I got it. Oh, does it not say? Oh shit! It doesn't say it on here. Why doesn't it say it on here?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not lying. I got a ticket for the Huntsman, but why doesn't it say it on here? Oh, sorry, the Northman.
And then went and seen what?
I went and saw Doctor Strange.
So
nice.
So you paid for a certain movie and went to go see another one. You're a prick.
Anyway, honestly, I expected the reviews online for it, both because of not being the MCU formula, but also because Sam Raimi in recent years has kind of not been as great as the director. But anyway, it's nice to hear. But anyway, I'll let you guys spoiler talk now, and I'm sure Jaded wants to tear this apart.
Hold on.
I'm sure Jaded wants to tear this apart. So
if you want to stay, I won't spoil it. I
want you guys to spoiler talk.
Hold on.
Just DM me on Twitter.
No spoil talk because I haven't seen the whole thing.
Okay. Oh, you haven't seen it yet.
I watched. Okay, well, I seen it online.
I need to do a review with like MSK right now, anyway. But just DM me on Twitter when you're done with the Doctor Strange talk, and I'll join in for the tournament stuff if you do it. Anyway, anyway, have fun tearing this apart, Jaded.
I seen it online.
I'm not saying whether I like it or whether I don't like it.
It's good. I'll tell you that. I from what I seen, because I don't want to watch the whole thing, but I wanted to see certain things in it, and from what I seen, I like it. I'm like, yo, this is good.
You mean you skipped like the certain parts? You mean, or you just watched?
Yes, I skipped to certain parts.
Yes. I mean,
because I'm going to see it tomorrow. I want to see it in IMAX.
Look, I'll say this:
better than No Way Home, Nerdman.
Oh, way better than No Way Home. It's in a different stratosphere to No Way Home, like a completely different stratosphere.
Better than the Batman?
I'd say actually about as good as the Batman. I really like it. I'll have to watch it again
what are the words coming out?
I like it.
I mean, for different reasons. I think it's artistically, like, not in terms of what it has to say necessarily about Doctor Strange as a character, the way the Batman has like these, it's got a unique take on Batman where it really thinks about who he would be as a character in the real world and blah blah blah, and it's very psychological in that sense. It's not like that, and obviously the Batman, the cinematography, the score, etc. are really good. But in terms of capturing that real comic book essence of a story, and visually presenting that in exciting ways, and also what was the last thing I wanted to say about like why I like the aspects that I like more than the Batman. So capturing it. Oh, and the heart. Sam Raimi does heart really well. Why is Jaded laughing?
Can I spoil one thing?
Okay. Was the title of the movie? Hold on. Did you actually see Multiverse of Madness, or did you actually watch?
Here we go.
What was the movie you wanted to go see? What was the movie? What was the ticket you paid for?
The Huntsman.
The Northman.
Okay. Did you actually see the Northman, and you thought you were watching Multiverse of Madness? Because I have no idea what you're talking
about. We can get into that. We can get.
You didn't like it, Jaded? Multiverse of Madness. You didn't like it?
Okay.
Of course not.
I had.
Wait, Jaded. I want to say one thing to my audience just before, which isn't much at the moment, which is explainable because I set this back 7 hours ago. One of the reasons I haven't been streaming that much recently is one, I've got this kind of work thing that I'm doing and whatever, and I've been writing as well. But
I had to ask you about that.
But also, I've had some real bad sleeping issues. And so for me, I was like, I have to prioritize what I do when I'm awake, because I need to go to the doctor and see someone about this.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
Really bad.
I'm gonna tell you this, Nerdman. Hold on, Jada. Before you ask the question, I'm gonna tell you this, Nerdman. I've had the same issues, and now my sleep pattern's kind of getting back to normal. So, like maybe the most I can give for this stream is like an hour. Then I gotta try and sleep, because I've been having insomnia where there's nights where I haven't slept until like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay, so it's not like sleep apnea. It's just okay.
No, it's just can't sleep. You know what I mean? That's me. Yeah. I don't know if it's
I'm having the opposite issues, and that's what I'm talking about, Pickle.
You sleep too much?
I've just been sleeping way too much, and it's like if I'm not in work or I'm not streaming, I'm knocked out, and I wanted to spend a little bit more time because I'm trying to write at the moment. Obviously, I'm working, and I really want to spend the time that I have while I'm awake, obviously, doing the research, doing the writing, doing the getting on with like work and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to say that I'm very, very sorry when I've been late recently and not, but I really have been having some health issues.
That's more important.
And so
that's more important.
Yeah, that's kind of
I'll bet you any money. It's every time he watches the Batman movie, he gets sleepy for some. He falls asleep. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
Facts, 100%.
I only fell asleep the first time I watched that movie. Ever since I've been fully awake. But anyway,
can I spoil one thing that I seen in the movie? Can I just spoil one thing?
If you don't want nothing spoiled. If the chat says fine, then you can spoil it. But if the chat doesn't want to be spoiled,
what I'll say is it's definitely pretty dark. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's that dark.
It's not
as dark as Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That goes without saying.
People died in this shit, bro.
Okay, some people. Okay, that's because they were stupid.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, all right. All right, let's give Jaded his sandbox. Okay, without spoiling, what did you specifically hate about this movie?
Okay, here is the thing. As soon as I saw the trailer, I was going, it's going to be a nothing movie. It's going to be a nothing movie. Like nothing's going to happen. But what's the story? I saw the movie, and it was beyond my expectation. It was just like, I'm watching, I'm going, that was an hour? Like, nothing happened. This is insane.
What the hell you're talking about? There's a lot that fucking happened from what I've seen.
Happens. Nothing.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll say this for Jaded, in defense of Jaded, and I actually really like this movie. I think it's damn near. Because I like darker tone things, maybe I do like the Batman a little bit more. But I also like really comic booky, zany movies as well, if they're done really artistically and creatively with the visuals and stuff like that. But that being said, one thing I'll say, I called it the Multiverse of Sanity rather than the Multiverse of Madness, because the premise that this movie is set up on, I don't think it necessarily delivers on that premise at all. And if you're going in expecting it to deliver on that specific premise, I think you might be disappointed. But I think the story itself is, especially towards the end, I think it really gets to a point where I was genuinely impressed, and especially impressed by Elizabeth Olsen. She was fantastic villain. And then the visuals towards the beginning, the CGI looked terrible. It was like MCU garbage stuff towards the beginning. But then when it got towards the end and Sam Raimi got to paint with his cameraman, I was like, I'm really digging these visuals. Much billion times better than the first Doctor Strange.
The quality of scene was bad, and I didn't think the CGI at the beginning looked bad at all.
This movie doesn't even get to be called a popcorn movie. I'm giving a new rating. It's called cotton candy because it's empty nothing. This was cotton candy. I thought No Way Home had a ridiculous premise for the whole plot of the story. This movie, oh my God. Like I swear to God, do not bring your brain, do not have conscious thought while watching this movie because it'll just get in the way. Okay? Just go in there, just go, and just watch it. And don't actually.
I don't want to do
Nerdman. Nerdman, I used to say, why do we give you a platform? That has moved to Jaded. That has moved to Jaded. Why do we give Jaded a platform? Why do we keep entertaining this guy with his hatred of every fucking thing we talk about?
I'm telling you, man. I tried to tell you about this. I said at least I could at least like say, you love stuff. We might not always agree, but at least you genuinely love stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you, Jay, do you go into a movie wanting to like it? That's what I want to know.
No, he doesn't.
Do you go? Because I go into every movie. MCU,
I went into Morbius hoping it was going to be good. Wow. Because I want the Sons of Midnight story. I want the Sons of Midnight thing. So I was hoping because not only did they have the Morbius movie, they're already planning to do a Werewolf by Night movie. So why would they do a Werewolf by Night movie? They're supposed to be working on a Werewolf by Night movie. Like it's still in script form. But I'm going, if they're working, like, why would we have a Morbius movie for no reason? And then suddenly they're working on a Werewolf by Night movie. Well, that's because those are two of the characters in the Sons of Midnight. And they're going to be bringing back Ghost Rider and Blade. And I'm going, okay. So I went into Morbius hoping it was going to be good, hoping it was going to be at least moderately successful. So I really went into Morbius, like, hoping for the best.
But out of all movies, it's Morbius you were hoping for. Morbius.
No, I'm just saying recently. I'm just saying. Right. KGF 2 is amazing. Absolutely loved KGF 2. I will recommend KGF 2. Watch KGF 1. And then watch KGF 2 because it's literally an actual trilogy.
I don't know what KGF 1.
Oh, it's a Hindi movie, but it's got English in it, and it's it's I love it.
I'm good.
No, I'll watch it. I'm sure it is good, but it must reach some very. But the problem with you is, like, you don't take into consideration. You don't take into consideration the acting. You don't take into consideration the visuals. You don't take into consideration the music. You don't take.
I just talk about the story.
The heart. You just talk about the story, and like everyone knows. Like you can have like a director who is a great director can take a very basic story and
screw it
elevate
up
it.
with that, yeah.
No, and elevate it to something that is much, much more. And I think, look, my major flaws with the movie, a few MCU jokes. Not too many. It wasn't overbearing.
No, it's sprinkled.
It's sprinkled, but the MCU jokes were trash. The ones that felt like Raimi humor, where it's that kind of cheeky kind of nod to like the 60s Marvel comics. That humor worked. It was the humor that was. It was the humor that was the MCU humor that specifically just take it out, write it out, because it's like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange. Wait. Doctor Strange trying to be Iron Man for me doesn't work. Whenever he's trying to be like, how's that a spoiler?
Because not everybody knows that character's in the movie.
I didn't say that he's in the movie. I said Doctor Strange trying to take on the Iron Man humor.
Oh, I thought you said
trying to be another wisecracking.
Iron Man's in the movie.
I don't know.
Iron Man is in the movie.
Now you got me going back to this fucking thing to kind of go and see, because that's the one thing. That's the only thing I really watched it for, was to see who the cameos were.
I am saying that I want to counter in case anybody thought Iron Man is in the movie. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't.
Yeah, no, I'm not spoiling that. I'm just talking about his humor.
Okay, you're talking about the humor.
Yeah, like that. So that was one of the major things that didn't work. I thought that the first let's say 40 to 50 minutes of this movie, they could have reworked the script a bit to make it a little bit better. Definitely the visuals in the beginning half. I think Sam Raimi had some really good ideas, but I don't think the VFX team pulled it off for him in the first let's say 50 minutes. But then beyond that, once you get into the story of Wanda, that's when I think the movie begins to really come alive. And by the end, she's just one of the best villains in the MCU, if not top 2, top 3.
And she may or may not redeem herself at the end of the movie. Okay, she may redeem herself at the end of the movie. We don't know. Just in case you're trying to establish that she stays a villain. We don't know if she stays a villain. She could be redeemed. Maybe she doesn't.
Hey, Superboy, how's it going, bro? Nice to see you. Okay, you just came on.
I thought No Way Home was broken. This movie,
wait a second.
If I actually give No Way Home a rating like a 2 out of 10, after seeing Multiverse of Madness, No Way Home gets bumped up to at least a 4, because in comparison, this is ridiculous.
No, I'm giving this a solid 8 to 8.5.
And you're insane.
You're giving it a what, nerd man?
8 to 8.5, I think. I have to dock off. I might dock off 2 points for that beginning there. The beginning is very rough and it's very MCU-ish. When it starts to become a Sam Raimi movie towards the end with the horror stuff and all of that kind of thing injected into it, and I'm not going to go into that, but yeah, when it takes on those horror elements and it starts feeling a little bit like Spider-Man 2 as well towards the middle. And I thought this was a genuinely nice movie. I thought it was one of Sam Raimi's. If it wasn't for that beginning, 50 minutes, this could be up there with his Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Nerdman just said if it wasn't for the first half of the movie, because it's a 2-hour movie, he just said he had to retool the first 15 minutes, which is half the movie. And it still gets an 8.5. He just said the first half of the movie needed to be redone, and it still gets an 8.5. You're insane.
All right.
Well, he said the first 30 minutes, but I disagree.
All right.
What up, Superboy?
Any questions? Have you seen it or?
Excuse me.
You're insane.
Superboy, come on, man.
You hear me?
He might be having intercoms a little bit. You need to turn your mic up a bit. I think you're insane, Jaded. I think you're insane, Jaded.
I genuinely like. Look, I knew Jaded wasn't gonna like it, obviously.
Absolutely.
So I'm not surprised. But like, where did you watch it? In the cinema?
No, you're gonna pay money for this shit? Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Well, then you can't really talk. I mean,
why not? Why not? Because the story doesn't work well on a small screen. Hate to break it to you, I can watch it on a screen this small, and guess what? The story isn't affected by the size of the screen.
Yeah, but the visuals, all
and
of
the visuals, and the visuals are fine. The visuals,
and by the way,
the visuals are the cotton candy all you fanboys and all you fangirls want. Okay,
wow.
You want the visual cotton candy. This movie is full of it, and you're gonna get more than enough.
Wait, Jaded, because Superboy can hardly be heard. So, Superboy, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I seen it.
Oh, cool. We're doing a non-spoiler kind of section now. So what's your impressions of it?
I liked it. It was it was good.
You sound a little bit reluctant, like maybe
like you don't want to say it's good. You know what I mean?
No, I don't even mean like reluctant like that. Maybe there's something it's not sitting well with you yet, but you don't know why or something.
Sam Raimi's in the room. Sam Raimi's in the room behind him with a gun to his head. Tell everybody you like the movie, Superboy.
Go on. Give us some more. Like what like while being very, very general, like, you know, you can talk about the actors, which ones you like, what didn't work for you, but in more general sense, not in terms of the actual plot of the story.
Well, actually, I actually agree with you with the beginning. Beginning felt like an MCU movie. I think till the second and third act, it got like really dark and serious.
Yeah.
It felt like its own movie instead of like an MCU formula that they keep doing for the past 10 years.
For you guys, it is an MCU movie.
No, that's fine. It doesn't feel like it towards the end, and I agree. It's in the MCU franchise. You can't take that away from them. Kevin Feige decided to, you know, take this guy and let him direct his movie, and it's in the MCU, so it's an MCU movie. But it doesn't. At least the first 50 minutes really does feel like an MCU movie. But then when the horror elements come in and when he starts to be able to paint, you know, this canvas with his own kind of ideas of visuals, that's where I think the movie really, really succeeds. And then again with Elizabeth Olsen, I can't say enough about her.
Yeah, she was great.
Towards the end, she really kind of ups her game as well. So what was I going to say? But yeah, it's mainly that. I think that visual style plus the Elizabeth Olsen character was the really strong parts. I didn't like the way you know, like Doctor Strange's powers and her powers, you know, it looks a bit fake and whatever, like the zapping with the red energy beams and stuff like that. I thought that didn't look so cool. That looked very MCU-ish, but the actual visual stuff that he did with the when people were entering into multiverses and stuff like that, that's where I was like, wow, this is really different. And it's a very, very good looking comic book movie, and I like that. It looks like a comic, right?
It does. I agree with you.
Okay, without saying too much, the scene that Nerdman's talking about going through the multiverse, okay, they did it better in the What If episode than they did in this movie. It worked way better, and it had more impact than What If.
Absolutely not.
I don't think so. I mean, I can't remember the What If episode.
Absolutely not. But hey, that's Jaded's logic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how you can like do,
because I can,
especially with a director like Sam Raimi, how you can judge it without seeing it like cinematically.
So if I see, I'm gonna pick another. I'm gonna pick a scene that's not. I'm gonna pick an idea that's not in the movie. If I see a scene, okay, where a 5-year-old kid, okay, goes up to Godzilla. And the kid has no power, just a regular 5-year-old kid gets stomped by Godzilla, and the kid goes, "Ow, that hurts." I can go, "Oh, who cares if that doesn't make any sense? The visuals were so good." You're going, because the visuals were so good, the actual logic of what actually happened in the movie, that scene, you don't care how goddamn stupid it was. All you're doing is going, okay, yes, that makes no sense. Yes, I have to be brain dead to make sure.
Yeah, no, I don't know what doesn't make sense in this film.
What scene are we talking about?
Even the beginning.
I'll do it off screen. I'll do it off screen, but I'm not doing it on screen.
Even the beginning MCU-ish part has a better premise than No Way Home. Like it has a way better premise than No Way Home.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like. I mean, what's Peter Parker's like? Oh, sorry, what's the Spider-Man No Way Home? Oh, Spider-Man can't get into college, and so he decides to do like one seriously dangerous spell which gets us into the multiverse, and somehow pulls people who don't know Peter from different universes, but it only pulls really evil villains. Like I'm just saying, I'm not. Wait. I'm saying that's the motivation. That's the premise that gets them into the multiverse. That's the story. The story in this film is coherent. It doesn't. It's not wow.
I agree with Northman.
It's not wow. It doesn't blow your mind or anything like that. But it's a coherent. Okay, I can see that. Yeah. That gets you into the multiverse, and then. You know, and it's a good enough reason. And
how is it no more coherent than No Way Home?
It's not like wait. It's not like Doctor Strange, and I'm not gonna. This isn't a spoiler, but like, it's not like Doctor Strange does something completely idiotic to get you into the story. So he has to.
I agree with that.
Okay. He has to become an absolute moron to get you into the story, and you just have to believe that this genius level superhero or whatever is going to do this moronic thing so as to get you into the story. It has it has a basic reason why things happen, and I didn't see any plot holes in it.
You didn't see any.
In why the story happened, I didn't see any plot holes in that.
That's
unless you're connecting it to WandaVision or something like that, which I don't know.
No, I'm not even. No.
I'm talking about this movie in and of itself. I don't know how it, if it connects with the other MCU stuff badly, I don't know.
I'm not connecting it to WandaVision because I would have to watch the last 3 episodes to even remember what the hell happened.
Oh, it's way better than the first Doctor Strange. It's not even.
It's not.
Completely different class of its own. Way better.
From what I've seen, it looked better.
By the sounds of it, is Nerdman becoming an MCU fanboy?
And I love the first Doctor Strange. So I think this one.
The first Doctor Strange movie was good.
From what I've seen, this one looks a little better.
I think Nerdman's becoming an MCU fanboy.
Hey, you know what's good, Jaded? Because we got Nerdman on this stream saying that he loved this movie, right? We had K-Dot on a tweet talking about how, the best Avengers movie, the first Avengers movie was the movie that did it right. You know what I mean? So these guys are simping for the MCU, so they're coming around.
They're simping for the MCU.
They're coming around.
No, this movie is better than Avengers 1, in my opinion. As a story.
No, it's not.
And visually. It's better.
I think
I think
you know what?
you'd have to go to Winter Soldier. I like Black Widow a lot. I think it's another director. I think that's a director-driven movie. Which one?
Infinity War.
No. It's better than Infinity War.
Oh my God.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, it's better than
You
Infinity
smoking
War.
crack,
As
bro.
a story. I'm not talking about
watched it in pieces because he wants to watch it at the theater all at once. He only saw little bits, and then tomorrow you said you're going, Enzo?
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow he's going to go see the whole movie. He hasn't even seen.
So, in my opinion,
when hold on, first off, let me explain.
Hold on. Let me explain the Infinity War thing after. But
no, yeah. I wanted to say, I watched it in pieces, but I watched like 30 minutes. Well, not 30 minutes, like 10 minutes of each piece, right? So I watched the beginning, all the stuff that Nerdman's talking about. Said that doesn't look good. I think that looks fine to me. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Then I skipped to the part where
cinemas, bro. When you see it in cinemas,
I will. I'm going to IMAX tomorrow. Then I went to the part where what happens with Wanda, why she's doing what she's doing. Then I went to the part with the Illuminati part, and I actually watched only a little bit of that. No, I'm not.
I'm not gonna ask. I'll ask off stream.
But that's why I said when I said it was a little bit dark, because there's a part, something that happens there that I was like,
I know what part you're talking
about. That was fucking tight. That was tight.
Yeah.
So
I know which part you're talking about. And I'm gonna say again, I don't
put in the private chat.
I don't think this film should have been called The Multiverse of Madness, and I think that's where people are gonna get most disappointed.
Because they're gonna see many cameos.
Let's not spoil it. But I'm just saying that I don't think it delivered on the multiverse aspect. And all the things that people might expect around the multiverse concept. I don't think that's where it delivers is on a story of Doctor Strange and giving Doctor Strange and giving him a compelling villain to face. I think that's where it delivers. And if it wasn't called Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I think it would be like, wow, like the things you see in this, you'd be like even more like, whoa, this is trippy and stuff. But because it's called this Multiverse of Madness, you're just like, I don't know if you're really taking full advantage of this concept, basically.
Okay, but it kind of does, though, right? Because you have no, I'm not gonna spoil it. This stuff that we all know. You have different Doctor Stranges, right? So you have how many? Like 4 of them are in the movie, right? So you have all of that stuff. It may not be what you guys are expecting, like, oh my god, like they're gonna be traveling through a whole bunch of fucking multiverses. We're gonna see this, we're gonna see that. But it still explains why there is the madness, and that's what I'm saying.
No, but that's not what that's not even how. It's hard to say without spoiling it, and I get what you mean. I think that's other people's problem. If they expect that, right, that's their problem. And if they're disappointed to do it. But I'm talking about just the craziness of how do you put it?
I can explain it. One of the things I don't want to. I'm not trying to make it as a spoiler. One of the things that I was expecting, because of everything I was hearing and everybody speculating and everybody talking, I expected that this movie was going to be one of those type of movies where people were going to make the 350 Easter eggs you didn't see in this movie. I figured people were going to be making tons of all the Easter eggs you missed, because I figured that's what this movie was going to be full of. It's not as much as everybody was claiming.
But it is, though.
Much.
Okay, but then that's your issue, though. That's your problem.
I have a problem with it, Enzo. I was expecting. No. With what I was listening to, I think there's a lot of people that might be going into this thinking that there's going to be like a cameo every 10 minutes. And that's not. No, I'm
but
that
again is not like again. That's not my problem with the multiverse stuff.
Oh, okay. That was the concern I had, and I was glad that didn't happen.
I think the multiverse stuff is good, in terms of where it takes the story forward and how it drives the characters forward on their arcs. So America Chavez, obviously Scarlet Witch, and even Doctor Strange, all great characters in a superhero movie, and they all have good stories that have heart to them. I don't feel that they connected enough Doctor Strange and America Chavez's story so that it mirrored the motivations of Scarlet Witch. So it felt like there wasn't like a real emotional. It wasn't an emotional connection between them. But as a character on her own, I think that she had a good like Scarlet Witch had a good emotional arc. As a character on her own, I think America Chavez was developed fairly well. And as a character on his own, I think Doctor Strange was done okay. He was good. He was solid.
I mean, this movie could have been called Doctor Strange versus Scarlet Witch, and it would have been a better title.
Yes. Thank you. It's something like that would have been better, honestly. Doctor Strange versus Scarlet Witch would have been a better title of the movie.
Like Pickle, Doctor Strange and the Book of Ashanti was a good title, but it was more.
Doctor Strange and the Book of Ashanti, or Doctor Strange
versus Wonder.
And this movie, if it was called any of those things, would blow everyone's mind.
Yeah,
But as it is, you're just like, I don't know, especially with how the trailers, let you know certain things was going to happen. It's like, okay, well, yeah, you didn't, that's my main problem. But Superboy, what do you have to say about it? Because you seem to be disagreeing with me on a couple of things there.
Well, mostly about the Avengers.
If you don't have anything to say, Superboy, I don't know if he's talking or he's not talking. If you have nothing to say, the reason I say it's better than Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, I'm not deluding myself. Obviously, there's a huge build up to that story. It's kind of big in terms of the spectacle of it all, Thanos and blah, blah, blah. But I just think in the directing and the emotional storytelling in this, I think it works much, much better, so that by the end you feel for the characters, and I just think it's much more creative in terms of action. It's much more creative in terms of visuals. I like the score for the most part. It wasn't a mind-blowing score, but just as a solo film where you don't have to know anything about like 20-30 movies before or anything like that, I think this movie
because there was one reference. That's about it. There was just the one reference, really.
Yeah. So against Avengers, maybe I'd say they're about level. Avengers and this is about level. I prefer this because I think it has more of an individual directing style. I think I like Sam Raimi as a director much more, obviously, than I like Josh Whedon, and that's even before this whole crap with the Justice League and stuff like that, which I don't really care about. I don't even think it's his fault necessarily, but even before that, I've never really dug Josh Whedon as a director. He did what was necessary to do on the tin in terms of that first Avengers movie. He shines in terms of as a writer, where he, the interactions the people have with each other, that's where he shines. But in terms of the visuals and just visual storytelling, I think he's leaps behind Sam Raimi, and that's why I enjoy this movie more. Do you get where I'm coming from now, Onzo? It's a preference thing, more than
So in other words, the pretty lights were prettier in this movie than the pretty lights in the Infinity War and Endgame. Okay, I get it.
No, it's that he blends horror, fantasy, and emotional storytelling really, really well. That's what he did in this.
That's
what he did in this. That's what he did in the Spider-Man movie. I'm not overselling it. I think there was a good amount of like nice little horror beats and visuals towards the end.
Horror beats, not horror.
Oh no, it's not a horror movie. No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Don't say horror. It's a freaking Disney movie. How much horror do you think is going to be in it?
No, but it can have horror elements.
Again, for a Disney movie, yes, you would say it's horror. If you could justify horror, that's what
that's great.
And I fucking love the second the first after credit scene is MCU. Complete nonsense.
Didn't see the after credit scene. Don't spoil the shit.
I'm not spoiling it. I'm just gonna say that I thought it was just MCU bullshit.
Let me ask you this.
The second after credit scene was pure Sam Raimi, and I fucking loved it.
Does the second
that one was really cool.
And just without spoiling it, does the because they're saying the second after credit scene sets up something really interesting. Did you feel that way?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, that's good enough for me.
Superboy's laughing at that one as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much more to say in terms of non-spoilers. I guess because you guys are on, I'll just make this a non-spoiler review. But I think it's good. I think once again, rather than being all fucking like pissy about every fucking film we see, because it's DC or because it's Marvel or blah blah blah, arguing back and forth and this and that. Can we just enjoy that we're living in one of the best times to be like fucking comic book fans? Like we're seeing things that we never thought we'd see in cinema before. And I think the Batman was great. This was great. We're on a roll. Let's be fucking happy. Let's not. But obviously, I know somehow this community is going to turn this into I'm against them. You know. We'll see.
Tomorrow night,
see how it goes.
When I come back, Nerdman, I'm probably gonna come on stream and do a little spoiler review. So if you want to come on, that's no problem.
Sure.
Yeah, man. I don't know when I should make my video because I usually make my video after the movie comes out. I don't want to make the.
Excuse me.
I don't want to make my video on the weekend. Like, should I wait? I guess I should wait till Monday.
Why is anyone attracted to Hayley Atwell? I really don't understand. Like,
no,
I'm not saying she's unattractive, but like, she's really
better than Wanda.
Are you kidding me? Elizabeth Olsen is tight looking, bro.
No, she looked better than Wanda.
Elizabeth Olsen is tight looking. If I woke up next to Elizabeth Olsen, I'll be fucking a happy man.
No. Hayley Atwell is a lot prettier than fucking Wanda.
Superboy, do you co-sign that? Hayley Atwell's hotter than fucking Elizabeth Olsen. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Who's speaking facts? Nerdman is?
She's way hotter. Elizabeth Olsen.
You guys are out of your mind.
I actually agree with you, Nerdman.
You agree with Nerdman?
Yeah.
Different stratosphere, man.
Oh, God. How old are you again? 20?
Dude. Here's how I'd say it, right?
Wanda has no body.
I'm pretty confident.
The first time ever. I'm actually agreeing with Nerdman.
I'm pretty confident if they weren't famous, I would have maybe. I wouldn't. I think I could get Hayley Atwell. If they weren't famous, I actually think I could chat up Hayley Atwell, and it probably could go well. If they weren't famous, if Elizabeth Olsen wasn't famous, I'd probably still get her as well. But I think it would be a bit more of a struggle.
You'd have a better chance with her. She's ugly.
I'd have to persuade.
She's ugly. You'd have a better chance with her. Hands down.
Hands, are you confident you could get both of them?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
She has.
We are so vain.
Wanda has no body, so right then and there, I would never even try. She got no.
You know that? What are you talking about? What are you saying?
You've seen the show. You've seen WandaVision. She got no booty.
Who told you that?
She's got no form. She's got no form.
She got no shape. No boobies. Nothing.
She's like Brie Larson. She's got no form.
She doesn't do it for me.
All right. Well, I don't look at their bodies like that, to be fair. So I
Yes,
only.
you do, man. Yes, you
No,
do.
I don't. Not unless it's obvious, like Sofia Vergara or something like that.
Nerdman,
I really
hold
don't
on,
care about that when it comes to movies. I just look
hold
at
on.
them and I'm like, oh, she's hot or
N-
she's not. I don't know them. I can't really fuck them, so I don't really care. I only care about women I can. If you're there and I can try and fuck you, then I'll care about your body
Whoa,
and shit.
whoa,
So Nerdman,
whoa,
hold on.
whoa! Don't
Nerdman
go that
doesn't care
low,
about
bro.
their bodies, but comes on a stream and mentions how hung someone is. Go figure. Go figure. I'm just saying.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, nerd man. Not that there's
Facts.
anything wrong with that.
Exactly.
You
Hey,
know,
it's
I mean,
2022, man. What I do with my choices is,
nobody's here to judge, man. Nobody's here to judge. Well, except
I
for your
want to.
choice of movies.
Hey, by the
I'll
way,
judge
guys,
your choice of movies.
did you guys see Amber Heard on the stand
No, I
yesterday?
didn't see it.
Oh
But
my
I,
God, is
I
that
want to.
going?
I
Before
haven't,
before you get into that, let me ask the
yeah.
chat. The chat that's in here. Who do you think's better, Wanda or Haley? I want to see what the chat says. But no, I didn't see Amber Heard on. I heard she's getting cross defense tomorrow, though.
See how philosophical pickle, you always twist my words. I'm not saying that's all I care about with women. I'm just saying that I don't really like when I see
Hold on,
film
I'll say it.
stars.
Hold on, Pickle. I'll say it. I only care about women I can fuck. How's that? I'll say it.
And that's how we know Jada don't care about no women.
Yeah, well,
Unless it's my daughter or my mother. That's about it.
No, it's just to me, I'm like, they're so far removed when they're all hot, right? Like if you look at
I see.
if you look at like fucking movies, the 90% of the women, or at least 70% of them, are pretty fucking attractive. So they just blur blur into each other.
No,
so I don't really give a shit. I'm just watching.
You know what the thing is
for the whatever, but I'll notice if they're pretty.
You know what the thing is, Nerd Man? A lot of these women, right? They get their professional makeup and shit, and they look fucking gorgeous. But it's when you wake up with them in the morning where they have no makeup.
What you're watching on screen is 2 hours of makeup.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say, because if you guys know, there's this Brittany Renner, this like gold digger chick, whatever, right? She's on TikTok and all them. She had a baby with an NBA player, supposed to be getting like $20 million a month or something like that, or a year, something like that, for having the baby with her, whatever. They're calling her gold digger. When she has her makeup and everything on, she looks fine. But she has a couple videos where she has no makeup on and nothing like that, and she just doesn't look as good.
Oh, Enzo, they've done that with a bunch of TikTok girls. That they've shown the girl like with all the makeup and the perfect lighting and everything, and then they show a picture right next to her without the makeup, and it's like you don't even recognize them as the same girl.
Right. So to me, Haley Atwell is that type of girl who looks good without it. That's why I think she's hotter.
I see. I don't know, man. She's all right. Like, maybe because I've seen so many British girls who.
Enzo, the trick is
I don't know. It doesn't really.
Enzo, the trick is don't be there when they wake up in the morning. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What you gotta do?
No, I gotta wake up in the morning because they gotta cook me breakfast, bro.
No, they're not coming to my fucking house. Are you kidding me?
You guys are so sexist. It's unbelievable. Anyway, so
how am I sexist?
Did you see Amber Heard on the stand yesterday?
No, why is that trial still going? Like, isn't she like a laughing stock at this point?
No. See, this is the thing. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. It's a trial. I'm not gonna judge people until the end of the trial, because you never know. For all we know, all these people going Amber Heard might actually be making fun of a woman who was abused. Maybe she was violent towards him as well, but maybe she was abused. Maybe that's why she was violent to her. You don't know until all the evidence is in. And she actually had a pretty convincing witness on her side with this psychiatrist who was from Yale. who said that she thinks she does suffer from PTSD. But anyway, Amber Heard on the stand. I've only seen little, I saw a big chunk of it where it was direct examination, but like when it came to her, her trying to explain on direct examination how Johnny Depp abused her, it was so fucking laughable. The bits that I've seen, and I'm not saying that I just saw little bits from other YouTubers. I was watching the actual, trial or whatever, but I just didn't have time to get through that whole bit. And her trying to like do mental gymnastics to try and figure out the physics of how she wasn't abusing him by throwing stuff at him. She was like, oh, I knew he was going to hit me, so I threw something at him first. And then he got angry and like grabbed me and put me on the floor. And I can't really remember how many times he hit me in the face. It was just...
Jesus Christ.
What? Sorry?
I got better stories than that.
No, exactly.
I had an ex throw a toaster at me. Okay, she missed, and then I got mad at her. I go, why'd you throw the toaster? Why did you throw the knives? They wouldn't break or something. You weren't going to hit me anyway.
You even criticized how she threw stuff at you. You see what I mean? Hey, your story of how you threw the toaster at me has got holes in it.
Why did you break the toaster?
That's you, Jaded. That's why she threw the toaster at you, because you're critical of everything.
She threw the toaster at me for a reason, but it was like I got mad at her for throwing the toaster at me because she broke the toaster.
Exactly, because you're critical of everything.
And then you got mad because she didn't throw it the right way. You know what I mean? Why would you throw it with your left hand when you're right-handed?
No, because if she had thrown it near me, I could have at least saved the goddamn toaster. But her aim sucked, and I couldn't even save the toaster.
Yeah, you see?
I didn't give a shit that she was aiming it at me. I cared about the fact that she broke the toaster that I liked.
Toaster.
That's why she's pissed at you. That's why everyone's pissed at you. It's like you can't even let her throw.
Women can't even throw it
without like being critical of how she did it.
Of course,
like I'm mad you threw a toaster at me. You're like, oh, criticizing her technique. I mean, come on, man.
It's like, please,
dude. Did you just criticize all her favorite movies till she threw a toaster at you?
That's your
Is that what happened?
No, she still got mad. I got one girl who was pissed at me because I never took her to see Titanic because I had absolutely no goddamn interest in watching it.
No problem, Superboy. Yeah.
Oh, she got mad at me. She got mad at me for. She did get mad at me for pissing all over the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to move past this, the Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, and I really don't care about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. I just find it like mildly entertaining. I'm still waiting for the end of the trial, before I make any kind of video on like the whole thing. If I make a video about that, I'm going to be making a little less videos for about 2 months, I think.
Is it almost done, or is it like in the middle of it still?
I don't know, because she's only had one witness and then she went on the stand herself. So if she's got only this one witness and her on the stand herself, I think she's got a major problem in terms of convincing the jury of her side. Maybe she's got more witnesses afterwards, but like it's funny that Johnny Depp took 2 days before he was on the stand. He had several witnesses come forward, witnesses to bolster his position. Right. And she's only had one, so I don't know. Maybe she'll have more after, and then it will make more sense. But certainly, her on the stand at the moment, it's not the best look so far. That being said, have you guys watched The Northman?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I watched it when it was called Conan the Barbarian.
Jesus Christ. Hey, passing through, no spoiling it. No, I wasn't. I haven't spoiled it. I think it's an excellent.
Oh no, we're not. Yeah, we're not spoiling it.
I think it's an excellent movie. Rogue Comics. I think it's just shy of Spider-Man 1.
He's giving it an 8.5. He's giving it an 8.5.
And I do think that I like it. In fact, I love it. Towards the end in ways that are even above the Batman. In general, I think the Batman may be just a little bit better than it. But I think you're talking about like a similar ballpark in terms of, if it wasn't for that first 50 minutes, dude, that first 50 minutes of the movie.
50. He said it again, Enzo. The first 50 minutes of
he said 15 minutes. He said
no, 50. Yeah.
Oh my
minutes.
God, that's like half of the movie.
That's what I said. He goes, the first half of the movie needs to be redone, but it still gets an 8.5. You have to be an example to do that.
No. Let me make clear, there are still good things in the first 50 minutes, but that's where it's most at its MCU. Like it feels most like the MCU formula in the first 50 minutes, but there's still very good parts about the first 50 minutes. I'm not saying even in the MCU-ishness of it, there's good aspects of it. But most of the flaws that I saw in the movie came in that first 50 minutes.
Oh, wait a minute, you saw flaws? You saw flaws?
Yeah, I said I saw flaws. I said like some of a lot of the humor didn't land in that first 15 minutes. I think some of the CG battles in the beginning weren't up to what I think is Sam Raimi's standards. I think he's probably like looking at that first 50 minutes thinking, I had this great idea and it just didn't come to fruition like I would like. What else? Didn't I like?
This is like Sean talking about a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. No matter how bad it is, he's still going to give it credit somehow.
No, but I think the first 50 minutes, in terms of the good stuff I liked about it, the premise worked. I thought
premise did not work. Premise did not work, boys and girls.
I thought the premise worked fine.
The motivation was great. The motivation worked. The motivation,
whatever, the premise, the motivation, all of that worked.
And I can't explain why because it's a major spoiler.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, there was something in the beginning. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not spoiler, but like that I did register that I thought just didn't quite work with it. But I mean, all in all, it was entertaining enough. It was like a mid to high tier MCU movie in the first 15 minutes, but it was just very It didn't feel like it was a Sam Raimi movie yet. And then towards the end, once you get towards the after the first 50 minutes, I think it fully ramped up into what I would consider a very good Sam Raimi superhero movie. So I don't know beyond that what people are expecting. I really don't. And again, the multiverse stuff doesn't work, or it doesn't not work. It's just don't go in like with big expectations for the multiverse stuff.
With what you saw from the trailers, don't expect that to be the focus of this movie.
Yeah. So I was going to talk like a little bit about the Northman, but if you guys haven't seen it, I can just go on to a tournament bracket. You can choose which one.
Okay, if you're gonna do a Viking movie, I would highly suggest Northman, a Viking saga. That was a good movie. I did enjoy that one. There's another movie that came out previously. It was also called Northman, but it was called Northman, a Viking saga. This one is just called The Northman.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing you haven't seen you both haven't seen Star Trek, right?
Which Star Trek?
Any Star Trek, all of the Star Trek.
Of course, I've seen a lot of Star Trek. I just haven't seen. I've watched Lower Decks. Are you kidding me? I watched Lower Decks. I just didn't watch. I just didn't watch Discovery. Star Trek Discovery. It's the only show I didn't watch.
Okay, so then we can do the Star Trek versus Star Wars. Just finish this bracket off.
Star Wars wins. Star Wars wins.
Star Wars wins. All right. So anyone who wants to jump on now, I'm not talking about the Doctor Strange movie anymore. We're just gonna finish off this Star Wars versus Star Trek bracket. Onzo, you haven't watched much Star Trek, right?
Yeah, I've seen all the movies.
Oh, you've seen.
But yeah, have you seen any of the TV shows?
I've seen some of the shows.
Yeah, you've seen some of the shows. Okay, cool. Rogue Comics. If I know you're a Star Trek guy, if you want to come on, it's in the chat.
Bring Pickle in, so that way bring Pickle in, so that way for 90% of the slots, you can go. I don't know. I don't watch it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I'm just sending it to Sean now.
What? The who? The Doctor?
The Doctor, yeah. It's from Star Trek Voyager.
Oh.
The hologram.
Hologram, yeah.
So let me see, because I have a funny fucking feeling that this fucking list is gonna have pure Star Trek people.
Okay, so you want to see who beat who? I think Star Wars is generally like dominating. So if you look at like what bit are you trying to see? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's okay. Do what you're doing.
Oh yeah. God. Could you imagine a battle of the captains near the end?
Yeah. All right.
Han Solo still in it?
Han Solo is.
Wait. Hold the fuck up.
3PO beat out Darth Maul.
How?
Okay, but hold on. By how much? 4-2. 4-2.
That was fucking trolling, bro.
I think I voted for. I picked Darth Maul.
All right,
definitely.
I like C-3PO, but not above Darth Maul. Sorry.
Absolutely not.
All right. So yeah, I think Han Solo is still in here, right? Maybe not. Has Han Solo been knocked out? No.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Yes. I see. Hold on. Go down. You just passed him.
Where?
No. Up.
Go up.
Right, up. Keep going. Right there.
There he is. Han Solo versus Ashoka Tano.
I didn't. That wasn't me. That was not me. So I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you what we'll do. You can choose. You can choose any.
Yeah, there's no saving this list now. There's no.
Wait. Each of you can choose one matchup to redo. Okay, so if you want to choose one matchup that you want to redo,
C-3PO versus Darth Maul for sure for one.
So you want to do C-3PO
whoa,
versus Darth Maul?
Hold on, go back, go down. Okay. Data versus Q. Okay, there's no saving this list. There's no saving this list.
Hey, Andrea, man, how you doing, buddy?
Jar Jar Binks made it to the second round. How the hell? How is Jar? Jar Jar Binks made it to the second round.
Let's do this. Let's do this before.
Let's do this.
I'm not changing.
Let's just do this. Fuck it. All right. So we've got. Is there anyone missing up here? No. We've got Benjamin Sisko versus 7 of 9. I'll go first. I think Benjamin Sisko is really, really good. I think 7 of 9 is one of the most overrated characters in all of Star Trek. She's just looks, basically. It's like, oh, let's make a Spock that's hot. And it's the same fucking story of why human beings are so much better than fucking superior fucking alien life forms who use logic rather than fucking emotion to actually judge things, right? It's that same old fucking Star Trek story that they've been doing. It worked in the original Star Trek. It doesn't work anymore. And quite frankly, in this day and age, I wish people used logic a little bit more than fucking their human emotions to like fucking.
I would say more shit. Critical thinking, if anything. Because a lot of fucking people have gotten lost of critical thinking.
How about just use common sense and start from there?
Right.
Call it critical thinking first.
Yeah. So my PC was lagging right when you sent that message.
So people on the first part actually analyze characters instead of just how cool they are. Hence, Darth Maul lost. If you analyze C-3PO and Darth Maul definitely wins. Because you guys are probably just going on the movies, but he has a whole arc in the Clone Wars cartoons and everything like that. So there's absolutely no way that Darth Maul should have beat C-3PO. Sorry.
I voted for C-3PO if I remember on this one.
Yeah, I definitely think Darth Maul.
I have the same about it. I prefer the banter between C-3PO and R2-D2.
But I'm really upset because I wish I had have watched Star Trek Deep Space Nine again, because I hadn't watched it since I was younger. Before I did this list, Star Trek Deep Space Nine
I've been watching it
fucking
great. Recently.
It is fucking great. I didn't do who's the Ferengi in that. I didn't do him justice. He's a fantastic character. I didn't even put what is her name? Belena, what the one with the thing on the nose, the stuff on the nose. I didn't even put her on the list. She's a fantastic character, and I feel bad. But Benjamin Sisko definitely has to go through. One of the best captains. I love him. Him, Janeway, and Captain Kirk, best captains in my opinion. So next, Honza.
This one's kind of tough for me. I'm probably gonna go with Benjamin Sisko. I know what you're saying about 7 of 9, but the fact that she was a Borg, you know what I mean, and then had to like have to have that argument with human stuff and still had the mentality of being part of the Borg collective. That stuff was pretty cool. But Benjamin is one of the best captains. The only thing I really didn't like about him is the fact that he wasn't a captain at the beginning of the series.
Yeah,
it took them a long time for them to give him captain status.
Yeah, that they could have done that a little bit better. It's true. Mm-hmm. Jaded.
Well, the weird thing about Benjamin Sisko is that if you were to go by just the beginning, he wasn't very interesting, and 7 of 9 in the beginning was very interesting. Mm-hmm. Except as the time went on, they realized they didn't really have a story for 7 of 9, but they had a story for Sisko. And yeah, Sisko is like my second favorite. Star Trek.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I thought the Akampa girl was much more interesting than Alien. That Akampa girl who only lives for 9 years and has like major psychic powers. I thought she was more interesting than 7 of 9, and everyone hated her. But like, at least it was a cool concept. Oh, there's an alien that only lives for 9 years, but they have like these magic, psychic abilities and stuff like that. That was cool. 7 of 9 was just hot.
Again, good idea in the beginning. They just didn't know what to do with her. That was the problem.
Sure. All right, so we had another Benjamin Sisko, right?
Yeah.
No, man. Can you bring up what Benjamin looks like? It's been a while since I've seen what the character looks like. Even though I might
could someone bring that up for me?
What?
So that he can have a look. What Benjamin?
Well, I could just look him up anyways myself.
No, but I was going to show everyone but I don't want to go off my tournament list because it's going to be like
You want to know who Benjamin Sisko is?
Can someone bring up another, like a Google page for me?
He's the only black Star Trek captain.
Oh, now remember. Okay, yeah, now I remember what he looks like.
That's the easiest way. That's the easiest way.
I think, yeah, because his character was growing. That's the one thing. I mean, I do like I do like 7 of 9, right? But no, Benjamin's character was growing in that whole entire series, just in that season, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I actually know. Yeah, Benjamin,
I mean,
I'm gonna
his
go
son,
with
his
also.
son was annoying. His son was annoying.
I did like his character also.
Mm.
And I hated that baseball episode. I really hated that baseball game episode. I was not a fan of that episode.
But that Ferengi character, man, I just did not do
You
him
mean
justice
Quark?
at all. Quark, yeah, man, he's fucking awesome, dude.
Hated
He's
that
so
guy.
good. Yeah, I hated him when I was younger, but watching it again, he's genuinely good. Like, he's funny and shit. When you watch it again, it's like it's a really interesting. It's an interesting character, but he's annoying when you're younger.
You grew to like him when they started establishing how sexist he was. That's when you started liking him, right, Nerdman?
Something like that. All right, Sean.
I think I was too young to actually notice, or I just didn't notice at all.
Sean.
Yeah. Anyway, I forgot what's the one
women don't wear clothes. Come on.
Hey man, I can't be on here for too long. Come on.
Benjamin Sisko.
Yeah, but a quick question: what was the orange character's name again in Deep Space Nine? That one guy.
The orange? You mean the one who could transform into different things, like and he was like a liquid?
You mean Odo?
Yeah, well, the guy with like the guy with like the ruthless attitude.
The guy that was head of security.
Odo.
The guy that looked like he had a face made out of clay.
Yeah. That's so here's the Pickle and them thought I was like bullshitting when I picked him over Nutter and was because none of them like seen like Deep Space Nine at all, but that's because I've been watching it recently. Like just the other day, I watched another episode. So this might be recency bias, but yeah, I love Benjamin, and he's probably like at least top 2 captain, maybe my favorite. 7 of 9, I wasn't that big of a fan of. So yeah, Benjamin.
Yeah, you know what, man? Deep Space Nine is better than people remember it, bro. I swear to God, it's fucking really good. It's actually really good. Star Trek.
Yeah, I love the episode
I used to have Voyager.
It was one of those. It was one of those shows where there was a close contender for Babylon 5 for me because I was a big Babylon 5 fan, and I was going, "Oh, they're just ripping it off," and I go, "No, they're doing it their own way," and it was good.
Yeah, I used to have Voyager above it, and I still like Voyager for the first 5 seasons before 7 of 9 came on. But yeah, I think I have Deep Space.
I like Voyager, but I like Deep Space Nine also.
Yeah. All right, cool. So Borg Queen versus C-3PO. Do you want to start from the bottom here? So Sean?
C-3PO. Yeah,
make that 2 C-3POs.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Make that 3 C-3POs.
Wow. Jaded?
See, this is tough because the idea of the Borg Queen and actually seeing her made sense, but damn, they screwed that up so bad.
Yep.
She wasn't interesting to me. Like she was like,
the idea that they had the Queen made sense, and I liked the idea, and I liked how they created it.
Right.
I liked how they created it and how she worked, but then in the movie, she was just, it was so stupid. And then, she wanted to merge with Data, and it's like, oh, shut up. Get a blow up doll, lady. You're fine.
Who'd you take, JD?
I'd have to pick C-3PO simply because. I mean, like C-3PO was a nothing character. I mean, it was replaced by BB-8. Everybody forgot about C-3PO in like 10 minutes. So
you're picking C-3PO?
By default.
Do you know what? You guys might have convinced me because one of the things I think is the most overrated in like Sean. One of the things I think is the most overrated in Star Trek is actually Star Trek's Next Generation. I don't think it's that good a show.
Oh, I hate that show. I
was watching the beginning of it again, and I'm like, it's like it hadn't crystallized. I just think Voyager made a more entertaining show, and then Deep Space Nine made a better long form story, like where you had to, watch each episode and it was building up and building up. I just thought both shows were just better shows. Like they improved upon everything that Star Trek Next Generation, didn't have. And so yeah, I don't like C-3PO. But I don't think she's a great villain, and I didn't like her thing with what's his name, Picard. Picard, and Picard. I was just like, oh my god, with them and their fucking emotion, like their battle of wits or whatever the fuck. I didn't really care, honestly. So I'm gonna go with you guys. I'm gonna go C-3PO. Fuck it. Even though I don't like him so much, he's still got some iconic aspects to him.
Like I said, by default.
Yeah. All right. So we're down to the wire. And now it is Princess Leia versus Captain Catherine Janeway. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Anyone chooses Princess Leia over fucking
Princess Leia.
Catherine Janeway. All right. We've had enough from Unzo today.
Hey, don't forget, this is the same guy that thinks Multiverse of Madness is an 8.5 out of 5. So who's gonna take? Why would I take your opinion seriously?
What are you talking about? Catherine Janeway is one of the most badass captains ever. Like, I love her shit, and she's feminine. It's not like she's like just becomes this masculine hero. She's very, very feminine, but she's good at her job because she's a woman, and that's what I love about it. All these things that they try and do with woke characters these days, right? That is what they're trying to do. Catherine Janeway, she's smart. She's a scientist. She's ballsy as shit. I love the when people try and fucking test her shit, test her will. Catherine Janeway comes through every time. She out fucking does all of them. She's kind of like she's got Captain Kirk,
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Hold on.
She's
and
got
Nerdman.
Captain Kirk energy about
And
her.
Nerdman, you know who the original was? Princess Leia.
No.
Princess
Leia's nice.
Princess Leia's
nice.
I'll tell you what.
She was feminine, and she did everything. And she did everything you just said Janeway did.
Okay, to counter Nerdman's little feminist rant, I want to see them both in a gold bikini to see which one I'm going to pick. Whichever one of them looks better in a gold bikini, that's the one I'm picking.
This is what it's going to come down to, isn't it? Princess Leia's hotter. I know this is what's going to come. All right, fine. I think Princess Leia is a fine character. I'm not trying to say that she didn't grow during the series, become a little bit more badass, but in terms of agency, in terms of leadership, in terms of just acting, quite frankly, because the woman who plays Catherine Janeway is a fantastic actress as well, as everything else. Just everything is better in Catherine Janeway. I pick Catherine Janeway. Anzo next.
Princess Leia, all day, every day. Princess Leia was the original. You go back to watch Star Wars, where Darth Vader has her in the jail cell, and she's lying in the jail chilling. She ain't looking scared. She's lying there chilling. Luke comes in, and the first thing she says is, "Oh, you look small for a stormtrooper." You know what I mean? And then saves them. In the whole.
She don't save. She gets saved in the first movie. What are you talking about?
He saves them.
They don't even have a plan.
He saves them when they're trapped in that little fucking hallway. She grabs Han's gun, shoots the wall, and jumps into the garbage chute. So she saves them. She's a strong character.
I remember her getting saved. I've only seen it once recently, so you can finesse me on this, but I remember her getting saved.
Finesse. That's what happened in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I get your argument and I accept your offering. Okay, so Andrea next.
This is a tough one, really, for me. Between hearing you guys go back and forth, Captain Janeway has been done some like badass shit and throughout the season that she was in.
She was badass, man. Whenever an
She
alien was
No,
like
don't get me
trying to
wrong,
take
she
over the
was.
ship, she was like, "Fuck this! This ship is going down. I'm gonna destroy this ship.
Oh,
and I'll
gee,
destroy
like,
you, and I will destroy you in the process."
Yeah,
No, I know,
one
but the
does
way
the
she
Captain.
did it, there's a
Oh,
way
Uh-huh.
to do it. There's a way to do it with swag,
Like
and
no other Star Trek captain.
her and Captain Kirk had the best swag when it came to that kind of shit. Cisco was more diplomacy, character development, that kind of stuff.
It depends, depending on the situation.
A little bit more subtle. Her and fucking Captain Kirk, these were cowboys in space, like. But at the same time, what was great about her is she still kept that feminine quality. She still was emotional, like very nurturing towards her crew, and you could see how that improved the dynamics of the crew, how it improved how she functioned as a leader. So it wasn't like she just was oh, we're gonna. Anyway, it's your turn. Sorry, Andrea.
Yeah, stop trying to fucking get people to pick who you want them to pick.
Sorry.
Let them pick.
He can say anything he wants. It's not going to change my mind.
No, I think he's trying to sway Andrea.
Sorry, Andrea. Sorry,
I'm
Andrea.
not swaying, man. I'm just like fucking waiting for both of them, to quiet down a little bit.
We can take him, bro. Come on.
Damn.
Pick right.
I really do like both of them, like pretty much almost equally. They're really both, especially for when you get to the leadership alone. Like when it comes to like episode 5 and 6, for Star Wars, they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
But Captain Janeway, who's a real, like, I would say, to me, she is a better captain than freaking the Patrick Stewart.
Oh, anybody's better than Patrick Stewart, please.
His philosophical fucking musings and shit. Fuck that guy, man.
Damn. I might go with, I'm gonna have to go with Princess Leia on this.
Oh, fuck. All right. Next. Jaded.
The fact that she's related to Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, so that makes it even more memorable.
Sean?
Shit. Man. Yeah, this is, the thing is, it's not like Princess Leia really. The thing is, like, obviously, Catherine is gonna be a bit more like badass and, have more development over a show period and like later time period than Princess Leia at the time, and just in 3 films with little screen time. But so that's what makes it a bit tough. But I do like Catherine better. I don't even think Carrie Fisher was. I think she actually was a good actress. If she was given more of a chance, I think she could have actually really branched out more than people thought. But I'll go with Catherine, though. I feel like Jaded's going to pick Princess Leia anyway because she's hotter.
That's cool. They're both good, dude. Like, this was a good matchup to put up against each other.
Yeah, definitely. Jaded?
Oh, Princess Leia. I mean, what
go on.
Whatever that gown she's wearing, that one-piece white suit, right? And she still filled that out, okay? She still filled that out.
All right, I'm not accepting your offering. If you're going to do it, I'm not accepting your offering. Fuck that. We're putting it to the chat.
Chain around her neck, and she was. Okay, Janeway didn't establish 0 fantasies. There is no fantasy involving Janeway. There are decades of fantasies based off of Princess Leia. So yeah, Princess Leia.
All right, so that's bullshit. I'm going to chat.
I would say this too. One of the best scenes too, and one of the most memorable one is when Luke and fucking Leia kiss each other.
The panel has spoken.
Chat, I'm not having the one woman sexier than the other argument. Let's put it to the chat.
The panel has spoken, nerd man.
Fuck that. No. Jada got his vote in. You put his damn vote in.
It's in the chat. Come on, guys.
The panel has spoken, nerd man.
Stop being a fucking piss ass, dude.
Somebody has to offset this feminist agenda that Nerdman's trying
Don't
to
be
push.
mad. Don't be mad because your girl didn't make it. Princess Leia's the better character. Move him on.
She isn't the better character. He just said she's hotter. That's not a better character.
He's
Sean,
fucking
back me
Princess
up on
Leia.
that.
That's how the fucking tournament goes.
Sean, back
Stop
me up
being a
on
fucking
that.
piss
That's
ass,
fucking
dude.
bullshit.
TV shows and media, TV shows and movies are all about the visual. So I'm establishing the importance of a visual of a hot chick in a gold bikini.
Oh, Catherine Janeway, 100% wins the fucking poll. 100 fucking percent.
How many people voted? One? How many people voted? One?
It's actually 3.
There you
go. 4 votes, 100%. 4 votes and 100%. There's not that many people watching, to be fair.
Whatever that fucking damn poll was. It's fucking 3-2.
You see? Look, even fucking K-Dot. Oh, I voted Janeway and never watched Star Trek.
No, but like there were other votes as well. There were other votes.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn your damn fucking high top for that.
$5 says that they were all women.
All right. Anyway,
this will be my last one because I gotta go to bed, nerd man.
No problem, man. So the Doctor versus Jean-Luc Picard.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go.
Jean-Luc Picard, baby.
Oh God.
Why?
Jean-Luc Picard was good. I liked him as I get it, he liked to talk a lot and philosophical stuff, but he also didn't play no games either. So I like Jean-Luc Picard.
I can kind of see it, but like I'll talk about Jean-Luc Picard after. Who's above Anzo?
Below Anzo.
Below me, Andre.
Below Anzo. Below Andre.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the Doctor.
Yeah. Why?
I actually like the Doctor more than Picard. Like I did. I like the Doctor as a character more than Picard.
Okay. All right. You can keep it simple. Jaded?
Call then, Jaded.
All right. Sean?
Fuck, this is
easy, isn't it?
Jean-Luc Picard. I mean, if it was another captain, maybe, but like it's tough now because it's Jean-Luc Picard. But I do like the Doctor. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'll go the Doctor.
God damn
it. Next.
Okay. I hate Jean-Luc Picard, and he's so pathetic that a hologram has more personality than Jean-Luc Picard. That's how bad of it.
Okay,
he's not that bad, dude. He is good.
Preach. Preach.
Everybody talks about how Kristen Stewart has like one emotion in the Twilight movies. Jean-Luc Picard's only got one emotion in the entire series. He's stoic. That's it. He's stoic. He doesn't even know how to be anything other than stoic. The only time he's angry is in the movies.
And that fucking line of his, "Make it so," is one of the most pathetic fucking
lines
I've ever heard.
Nerdman, that was the worst part of the movie. That was the worst part of the show.
I'm gonna change my vote to to
wait, hold on. Is this Patrick Stewart?
Now.
Patrick Stewart.
I got it mixed up with someone else. Never mind. If it's Patrick Stewart, then yeah, it's the Doctor, hands down.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jean-Luc Picard is what I'm sorry.
I'm gonna keep the Doctor. Don't.
Sorry, Paul. If you ever see this, Jean-Luc Picard is. I hate that character. I hate him so much. No matter what.
From the gifts.
No matter what.
Because he's bald, man.
No matter what situation they're in, Jean-Luc Picard treats it like it's an annoyance. And no matter what it is, no matter how devastating, no matter how dangerous, no matter how uncontrolled it is, it's just an annoyance to him. And it's like, how am I supposed to know when something's actually serious? Because he never takes anything any more serious than anything else.
I'm going to say this about I co-sign everything you just said about Picard.
I mean, I don't care.
His personality is injected into that whole show, so it's like torture watching it. So it's so fucking boring. And my auntie used to love that show as well, and I was just like,
well, put it this way:
so I used to watch it with her.
The Doctor?
The only thing you know about the only
wait. Let me just.
This is quick, nerd man. This is quick, nerd. The only personality trait you know about Picard is he hates kids. That's it.
Yeah, he hates kids. Yeah, that's his whole thing. And it's just like, to me, I was like, this guy is only loved so much because he was the second Star Trek.
Hey, what up, Phil? I see you. Oh, I don't care.
Tell me that isn't
I don't
true.
Care about that.
The only reason Star Trek Next Generation is so beloved and so like lauded is because it was the second one after the first one, and people had been longing for.
And it should have been canceled before. And it should have been canceled during the second season.
You know, facts.
Voyager was better.
Voyager was better, and Deep Space Nine was way better than fucking than what's it called. And half the reason was because their captains were more interesting.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm just saying it never should have made it past the second season. So I don't know I don't know who gave him money to make him still make this show.
Well, it was popular. You can't deny it was popular as a show.
I really don't understand why some people hate Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine is it's a billion times better.
When security officer, I forget her first name, Yar, when she got killed off and she left, I hate this show. That was the only thing I liked.
Yeah, and by the way, the Doctor's a good character. I do think they started using him a bit too much towards the end of the series. It was like if it wasn't about 7 of 9, then it was about him. So it was like, let's say 60% to 70% of the episodes were about her, and then like the other 40 about the Doctor, and then it got a bit tiring. But in the beginning, when they used him correctly, sparsely, he was a fantastic character, the Doctor. One of the better characters and ideas for a character in Star Trek. So, all right, Yoda versus Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm gonna start with this. It's Yoda. Easily. I like Qui-Gon Jinn. I think he's like quite underrated. I kind of liked him in what is it, Star Wars, what was the fucking thing, the first one of the second
original trilogy.
No, it was not the original, it was the first one of the second trilogy. What was it called again? The prequels. Yeah. Anyway, he was good in it. I liked him. He was a good character, but in the end of the day, it's Yoda, and Yoda is just like much more entertaining throughout the series. I think, and I like the whole. How does he say things again? He talks about everything backwards. He uses the sentences backwards. It's kind of fun.
He basically
Yoda, I am.
basically speaks the way the French do, but only in English.
Yeah. All right.
The prepositions after.
Yeah. So, Sean.
Let me just. Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah, I'll go with Yoda. I mean, it's not really. I mean, I wish we got. Interesting if we see more Qui-Gon. I would really like to see like a. I haven't really seen much of The Mandalorian yet, so I don't know if they like cover that area. But I would really love to see like a series like on about Star Wars, like very very early on, like super early on. But maybe with like Qui-Gon. But yeah, I mean, compared to the two, it's Yoda easily.
Yeah. By the way, I only said I'm not doing comic book tournaments where like. It's Marvel.
I think that's the only time
I don't mind doing tournaments, and also I just wanted to finish this tournament because I started.
Anytime it's not MCU or DC, it's tournaments. It's fine. It's always peaceful.
Yeah, I don't. It's just those ones. I just it's like we all know what each other think now.
It's like repetitive. It's overdone.
Yeah. All right. So, who is next? Who's next?
Me. Okay, Yoda versus Qui-Gon Jinn is ridiculous because I'll take Baby Yoda over Qui-Gon Jinn, and I hate Baby Yoda.
Okay, well there we go.
The best scene of Mandalorian was when the stormtrooper punched the bag that had Baby Yoda in it. Okay, and I'll still take I'll take Baby Yoda over Qui-Gon Jinn. It was a useless character.
Okay, all right, and Andrea, clean sweep.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
You're going Qui-Gon Jinn? Are you what? Why? That's crazy, man. Are you joking?
No.
I mean, Qui-Gon Jinn's cool and everything. I like him. He's a good mentor.
Cool. He is the opposite of cool.
No, he was a good mentor. I liked his role. I liked his relationship with the kid. But Yoda is Yoda. I mean, it's fucking Yoda. Like he's
How is Qui-Gon Jinn a good mentor?
He could win this whole thing. Are you give us some reasons, Andrea? Man, this is a shock.
Honestly, I think because like if it wasn't for him, like if he didn't die, and he actually was able to teach Anakin, he wouldn't gone to the dark side. He would have been much more powerful than he would have been, even like as Darth Vader.
True, because he truly believed in him, and I like that aspect of him, that he was the one who just like truly believed in him, and yeah, he went out like a hero. I do like Qui-Gon Jinn. I just don't think Yoda.
Don't get me wrong, Yoda is a phenomenal character. He is he's iconic too.
Yep. All right, so we've got Wrath of Khan Singh versus Ahsoka Tano, and
Ahsoka Tano.
Since I don't know Ahsoka Tano, I can give one of you 2 votes because I'm going to vote for Khan.
Well, why don't we start from the bottom down and work we back up down?
Yeah, go on.
I'll go with the Khan on this.
Khan, yeah, okay,
yeah,
cool. Next,
this is tough because I was never a big fan of Ahsoka Tano as much as everybody else was, but she's a fan favorite for a reason. And Khan had such a limited. I mean, as much as this is I'm probably gonna get hate, but I'm gonna have to say Ahsoka Tano.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because they actually were able to do things with her, and she's she got to do more than Khan ever could, because Khan has only been in like 1 episode and 1 movie. So it's like you can't really compare Khan to Ahsoka. She's got.
True, to be honest, and you got Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah, I mean, you got books just on Ahsoka Tano's character.
True, that too.
Yeah. Well, I had a question. Are we counting? What was again? The Clone Wars, whatever. Are we counting that as well?
Well, yeah. I mean, she's just got so many stories, and it's like.
If we're counting the Clone Wars.
By the way, can I ask very quickly, because I one of the things I was supposed to do in this is a review of the Northman, like after. Have all of you seen the Northman? So we can have a discussion.
No, only you and Sean.
No, I have not seen it.
Jada doesn't really care.
So Sean, me and you can stay on, like just at the end.
I told
discussion about.
Sean, Nerdman asked me if I had seen the Northman. I go, yeah, I did when it was called Conan the Barbarian.
Thank you for telling that joke again. That was great. All right, sorry, who was it? Who was speaking? It was Andrea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Ahsoka Tano versus Khan.
Hold on. Did you not vote, Nerdman?
No, I haven't voted yet.
Oh, okay.
So was Andrea and Jada that voted?
Yeah.
Yeah, we voted already.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I like Khan, but I agree with Jaded, honestly. Under the road. And Ahsoka, I just started finally getting into the Clone Wars. I didn't like it when I was younger, just because I wasn't a fan of the animation style. But yeah, I finally started to binge watch the Clone Wars, and
it's really good, dude.
Great, and
it's good.
It's really good, and I love Ahsoka in it, and there's a lot more
especially
with her.
season 7.
So it's automatically Ahsoka. Sorry.
Okay. I don't know. I like Khan kind of. I honestly think the Wrath of Khan, the original movie that certain people laud so high, I don't think it's that great. I watch it and I'm like, I don't know that I love it. I like the original Star Trek series a little bit more. And I just like the character of Captain Kirk. That's pretty much my only selling point into that original series, but I don't think it dates very well, and I don't think that movie dates very well. And quite honestly, I kind of like what they did in the Star Trek Into the Darkness a little bit more than the original.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. But that being said, I don't know Ahsoka Tano, so I'm gonna put this to the chat.
Ahsoka has way more story.
Wait a minute. Nerdman?
To be fair, Shifty. To be fair, that's the same thing with Catherine versus Leia we just did, but they still voted for Leia because she's hotter, so you never know.
Wait a minute. Did Nerdman just say that they did it better in Into the Darkness?
Yes, he did.
Okay, you know what? I'm changing the reason why I'm picking Ahsoka. I'm picking Ahsoka because she's hotter. There. Because if you're going to give me dumbass reasons, I'm going to give dumbass reasons.
No, wait a second. I'm sorry. I like the movie more. I've seen Wrath of Khan. It's not.
You know what? How about this? Remember when not count Jada's vote for Leia? You know, he ended up doing it. I want to change my vote to 15 Ahsoka Tano so she could win.
Into Darkness. Was better than Wrath of Khan.
Maybe I have to watch it again. I tried to watch Wrath of Khan recently, and I was
Somebody clip this for Paul. Somebody clip that for Paul. Paul, Nerdman just said Into Darkness was better version of Khan than the original Wrath of Khan. I didn't say it was a better version of Khan.
I said I enjoy the movie more. I enjoy the movie more. I like the movie. It's got better pacing. It's got better acting. Obviously, it's got better effects.
It's got better acting. It's got better acting.
It has. Into the Darkness has good acting.
It has Chris Pine and Benedict Cumberbatch, and they're better acting.
Then fucking who was? Wait a second. Let me find Star Trek. Wrath of Khan cast. Wait. So you're trying to tell me you think that William Shatner is a better actor than
Chris Pine? Yes.
All right, you're capping, bro.
No,
I would accept Ricardo Montalban. And hey, by the way, I'm the hugest fan of fucking William Shatner's. He's my favorite captain. Like literally, and not just William Shatner is my favorite captain because he's fucking nuts. I don't know how the way he delivers a line, you don't know what he's gonna say or how he's gonna say it. It's fucking wonderful, but it's also wonderful because it's kind of bad acting. Like, let's be real about it. Like, that's why people love William Shatner, because it's kind of like it's bad acting taken to a whole new art form, right? So, in the Wrath of Khan, I'm like, okay, he does do the bad acting thing again, but I'm used to it by now. So that doesn't, elevate the movie. Over? Yeah, the poll should be over by now. So let's see who wins. Ahsoka Tano wins over Khan. I think a lot of people on this panel voted, by the way.
No, I didn't vote.
I'm gonna change my vote to Ahsoka Tano anyways, just for it
You have to understand, Nerdman. Ahsoka Tano's cameo in that episode of Boba Fett, people were excited because she was in it. Like that's why they put her in it. She served no purpose.
You guys are fuckeries. I'm changing.
I was excited because you know why I was excited? Because she was the best looking thing in Boba Fett.
Okay, I'm gonna speak now. I'm gonna speak now. You guys are fucking outrageous because of all the Star Wars versus Star Trek matchups we've had so far. You've chosen Star Wars every time, even though, like, clearly with Princess Leia and Catherine Janeway, that was bullshit. And the fucking hotness thing that's outrageous.
No, what was bullshit? You not wanting to date it for his damn boat. That was bullshit.
So it wasn't down to hotness because you canceled my you invalidated my vote anyway.
I bet you any money Khan is better than.
And you can't even use that as an excuse because you invalidated my vote.
Ahsoka is better, but she does have more, so it's a bit unfair of a matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll change it why I liked her in Boba Fett, her appearance, because it made me forget about fucking Baby Yoda being in it.
Okay, anyway, so we're going to Luke Skywalker versus Data. I'm gonna start here. Luke Skywalker in the very first movie, I was a little bit confused because when I watched it, I didn't really like him. I didn't like his reluctancy to do stuff. I just want to chill on the farm and blah blah blah. He didn't seem like enough of a real contrast in terms of Han Solo and stuff like that. I thought he was just paper thin. It was very one-dimensional, just classic hero story without much personality, individual personality. He grew on me though, and it's particularly in the third movie. By the third movie, I thought he was the character that I wanted him to be in the beginning, from the jump. I think he always should have been that.
But then you wouldn't have had the growth.
But the growth could have been done in a different way. They could have presented him with different challenges rather than make him some, wet bag like of a character in the beginning. So that's that. I do like Luke Skywalker towards the end. I don't love him. He's not one of my favorite fictional characters, but I like him. Data, again, is the whole fucking Spock thing again. I can't fucking deal. That's why I loved, and this is why I'm so sad that Tuvok isn't in this anymore. It's not because he's black as a Vulcan, because I know many people might imagine like I'm just capping for him because he's black and a Vulcan. Nothing to do with it. He was the one Vulcan in all of these things who was just like, no, I'm better than you. Straight up. I'm Vulcan, I think with logic, and I'm better than you. There's no two ways about it. There's no me having to explore my emotions to see why, humanity's feeling, the fact that humanity feels is more superior to my way of being. He was just like, bitch, I'm better than you, and I'll show you why, and he often did. That's what I liked about Tuvok. They did a different take on him. Data, same thing. I'm a super android who's like incredibly fucking advanced, but somehow human beings are better and more logical, and their strategies are somehow superior to mine, even though I'm thinking through logic. I didn't like that, but I do think the performance by the guy was pretty damn good, and it was pretty iconic. So I like that aspect. His performance was good. I'm still... It's close. I'm going to give it to Luke Skywalker. It's close because Data is a good character in terms of the humor and whatever that he brings to the show. But that being said, I still found Star Trek: The Next Generation super boring. So, and he was part of it. Sean?
I mean, yeah, I don't mind Data. He's all right. He's cool. I mean, it's Luke Skywalker, though, versus him. I mean, it's no contest. So, I do understand, like, the complaints, though, with Mark Hamill. as an actor in the role at the time and stuff. But I mean, his character being as great as it is still is enough to put his some weak acting chops, redeem.
No, he was only weak in the first one. I thought he was pretty decent in the second and third.
Well, that's what I meant. The first, I mean, the second and third, yeah. But and then of course he's got better age now. But but it's sad to do that shitty Last Jedi anyway. Jaded go.
Jaded.
It's Data. It's at least with Luke Skywalker, I cared about the character. There was nothing to care about Data. There was nothing to care about him. He wants to
be more human.
He wants to be more human. He wants to know what Lord is more interesting than Data. I'm sorry. It's just
but don't you think the actor did a good job with it though? That made it like somewhat interesting.
Actor. We're not rating the actor. We're rating the character.
Well, that's part of it.
No, it's not part of it. No, it's not.
Well, it's not for you.
It's not for me. I'm
rating. Why you voted for Leia?
Because she's hot. For sakes, come on. Exactly. I told you, show me a picture of Janeway in a metal gold bikini, and we'll see it and we'll compare.
I think when she was younger, she might have looked actually pretty hot.
I'm not looking at her. Luke Skywalker.
All right.
Luke,
yeah, it's a clean sweep. I that's a bad matchup for Data. I
was going with Luke Skywalker anyways.
Yeah,
but the actor who plays him, at least he was a little bit fun in that fest of a fucking series, Next Generation. Anyway, Lando Calrissian versus Jar Jar Binks.
Brent Spiner.
All right, so go start from the bottom.
Oh please,
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, shut up.
He's got my vote as well. No, I'm joking. What, are you serious? Are you trolling?
Yeah.
Andrea, you're trolling. Come on, man. Seriously.
Oh, don't worry. Jar Jar Binks is not going to make it.
He's the hidden Sith, He's the mastermind over the whole thing.
Please. Oh my god!
All right. Whatever,
You're basing it off of a fan theory.
I've not got that much time, so I'm just gonna go with it. Who's next?
Lando Calrissian, please.
Yeah. Next.
Jar Jar.
Oh, shut up, Sean. Shut up.
I'm just gonna go with it.
This is what. Okay, this is your brain on A24 movie. Okay, this is your brain on A24 movie. Jar Jar Binks is better than Lando Calrissian.
My brain's pretty good.
No, this is your brain.
No, I'm giving it to the vote because look, Jar Jar Binks, whatever. I don't hate him as much as other people do. I think he's about the same as like say C-3PO. Like in my opinion, I just don't like them as characters in general. But that being said, Lando's cool. I always liked his vibe. He was
George Lucas knew Jar Jar Binks was a mistake.
But joking, obviously it's Lando. What the fuck are you smoking, Andrea? Change it to Lando. I'm trolling. If it was another screen, I would.
I'm putting it to the chat anyway.
I don't give a fuck about. I would just keep voting for Jar Jar to see how far he goes. But
even George Lucas admitted that Jar Jar Binks was a mistake, but they were stuck with him because he tied too much of the storyline to him.
I just wanted to see what George Lucas for fucking it up in the first place.
All right, I'm gonna leave that for last.
You screwed up.
Okay, guys. Spock from the original series versus C-3PO. I'm choosing Spock. I'm choosing Spock from the original series. I did like I didn't like C-3PO at all. So I don't know how he's got this far, quite frankly. But Spock from the original series, as much as I said that storyline tired me of like humans and their emotions and blah 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 and da da da, they were the first to do it and they did it well, right? And the relationship that Spock had with Captain Kirk was fucking awesome. Those two and their chemistry was legendary. They both had just this acting style that played into each other so well, like with William Shatner being so over the top, and then Leonard Nimoy being the kind of calm center of that. Spock was just an awesome character, and I'm going with Spock original series easily. Next,
Sean.
No, sorry. My computer was lagging. I was trying to unmute and it wouldn't fucking unmute. But anyway, yeah, it's Spock. C-3PO. And I like him, like, jokes aside, and I understand the importance with him. But I still don't think he should have beat, like, some of his earlier matchups, though. And later on, though, I just voted for him because weaker matchups are just slightly better. But yeah, now it's against Spock, so yeah, it's Spock.
Next.
Well, the problem with C-3PO is that he's really set off my gaydar, and I'm really homophobic, so Spock original series.
What the fuck is he talking about? All right, next. No one cares about your gaydar, bro. Whether you do in your personal life, Jaded, with your gaydar, you can like.
Yeah, I won't judge you, but I will judge a fish.
I'm not judging you either, man. I my gay brothers and sisters, man, they're all cool, man. But like,
C-3PO.
Keep your gaydar off my list, man. Like, C3. What?
Oh, please! This is the same guy that voted for.
Andrea, come on, be serious now. What the fuck's going on? C-3PO over fucking Spock.
No, it's fine to give him a vote. To be honest, no, I'm actually kidding on this one. This one, I'm actually it's Spock because Spock actually especially the original Spock. He's really good.
Yeah.
Plus, he was before C-3PO.
Jar Jar Binks wins by 89%. 9 votes.
What the fuck? Anyway, well, Andre,
what? Jar Jar Binks wins?
You said you were voting for C-3PO because you like both, so you just wanted to give him a vote.
I pick a porg over Jar Jar Binks. Give me a break.
No one cares what you think, Jaded. So anyway, the chat voted Jar Jar Binks.
Hold on. Yeah. I don't say them with the hopes of actual approval. I don't give a shit.
All right, good. So Darth Vader versus they voted 89% for Jar Jar Binks. I'm gonna put this one to the chat as well. I get the feeling that something's gonna happen, which I don't think should happen, and I'm gonna explain why later. But Darth Vader versus Benjamin Sisko, I actually think this is a pretty damn cool matchup, but some people might think it's a little bit more one-sided. I've put it in the chat. Benjamin Sisko versus Darth Vader. I'm gonna let it start from the bottom, so I don't influence anybody in my opinion on this.
Yeah, so I will say though, Nerdman, if this was a bigger panel and people were like voting for Jar Jar Binks over Lando, there's actually a reason why it would not be a troll, and it's because the first part of this that we did, there were actually a lot of people honestly not a fan of Lando and voting against him in the other rounds. They think he's just cool, like one of those cliche cool characters with no substance, they said, which I mean, I don't agree, but that's what they said. So, I mean,
yeah, all right. It doesn't really make sense. But anyway, so who's on the bottom? So I gotta get to school soon, and I gotta do this North.
Hurry up, Andrea.
Darth Vader for me.
Darth Vader. Do you all right, go next. Go next. Do you want to give a reason? Do you want to give just a sentence reason, like why he's better than Benjamin Sisko? Just
besides the movies, I like him from the comics. I like him from
No, we're sticking to the movies, bro. Let's stick to the movies. Let's not like bring books and blah blah blah.
Just get on with the
live action at least.
Get on with the tournament then.
Huh?
Next vote.
I can't hear what you just said. What did you just say?
Next vote. No,
okay, next vote. Go on.
Okay, this is really tough because one is played by a black man and one is only voiced by a black man. So I'll have to go Darth Vader.
You're a piece of shit. All right, next.
The lesser of two evils. The lesser of two.
Now, obviously, Darth Vader is more iconic and stuff, but again, this might be recency bias. You know, I just watched it recently and just yesterday and have over this week. Like, while I was getting over my sickness, I just was like at my TV with a giant fucking 10 gallons of soup watching Deep Space Nine, and I love Benjamin, and I'm voting for Benjamin. I think he's my favorite captain so far.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think Darth Vader as a villain is slightly overrated. I don't. They compare him to Hannibal Lecter. They compare him to no, not compare. I'm saying they put him up there. They don't compare him as if they're similar types of villains. But
I like Hannibal Lecter better as a villain more than Darth Vader.
Yeah, right. Exactly. They put him up there with these great villains, and I'm like, the best thing about him really is that father reveal. Outside of that, I don't see why he's that cool. I fucking think the what's it called? The one with the two sticks. What's his name?
Darth Maul. Yeah,
they're called horns. They're called horns, nerd man.
All right, horns, whatever.
Oh, I think the lightsaber, the double-sided lightsaber.
Yeah, Darth Maul came across more.
Did you just call them sticks?
Whatever, dude. Lightsaber sticks or whatever the fuck.
You just called lightsaber sticks.
Darth Maul came across as more intimidating and more he put his stamp on things straight away in that movie more than I saw Darth Vader do shit in the first movies. I just have to be real about it. And until he has that thing with his son and that whole reveal and what he does there, I don't think he's that great a villain. And it's just a small bit.
Oh
he's not
God.
bad. He's not bad. He's not bad. He functions as a villain for those movies. It's not like I'm saying he's bad, but I think Palpatine's better. I honestly do. I think Palpatine.
I agree.
No, the reason Darth Vader, is considered such an amazing villain is because he was one of the rare situations where instead of showing, don't tell, they told and they didn't show. He only had literally 2 scenes to show his power level. Okay? It was all of the background stuff. It was everybody else establishing how powerful it was. And it was, again, whereas with Darth Maul, again, I'm not taking away from Darth Maul, he was show, don't tell. With Darth Vader, you were told, not shown. And that worked for his character.
Sure, and I get that. I do get that, and it's absolutely fine. I'm not saying he doesn't function well for the film. I'm just saying, in the end of the day, he's not all that impressive of a character in himself. And yes, the voice acting is very good. I do like the voice actor for it. Earl Jones is amazing, but in terms of the impact on the story, what he does, all of those things, I'm just it's all right, but does he do anything super fucking sinister and evil or does he? I don't know. There's something missing there in that character. Whereas Benjamin Sisko is a 3-dimensional fucking character with great character.
Darth Vader, is it? And not even better? I thought more 3D complex.
He's a 3-dimensional character.
And an example, but
from the very beginning, Benjamin Sisko.
But you're going, how is he an evil character? It's he was willing to choke a guy to death because he,
you forget what it was.
Disturbs me. Your lack of faith, disturbs me. Just a nothing statement, and he was going to kill him for it. That's why you establish him as this evil character, because just doing nothing, okay, he will kill you, and he will explain why. Okay, it's that little thing. Yes, it's only one thing compared to other people having a dozen, but it's to show that just that one thing, that's how evil he is. He will kill you. He doesn't give a shit.
But that's almost every villain, dude. And I'm talking about like what kind of character quirks does he have that make him super interesting as a villain, in the sense of like great speeches or great, a great action moment where it's like, oh shit, he just devastated a bunch of people. You don't see that until the later movies. One second. The poll is ended. Benjamin Sisko takes it by 83%.
What? That's bullshit.
When you're talking about Darth Vader, you have Darth Vader, who's supposed to be part of this forgotten religion, and he's serving. I forget the general's name now.
Oh.
So he's supposed to be working for that. He's supposed to be working for the Empire, but he's also the most powerful Sith. Then once you realize he's the most powerful Sith, all of a sudden he's kneeling before the Emperor, and it's like, wait a minute, with just nothing scenes, they are world building his character with absolutely nothing. They have built like just one scene of Darth Vader kneeling before the Emperor. All of a sudden you're going, whoa, wait a minute. How does that work? Like you with one scene, they established the power dynamic in the universe. That's how amazing his character is. With nothing, they established so much. And I love the general. I can't even remember his name. Damn it.
You're a fan.
Ron?
Damn right, I'm a fan. Of course, I'm a fanboy. I've always admitted Star Wars fanboy.
Because quite honestly, everything you just said, like you can give the way they establish villains in other movies is just as good.
With not as little as they gave Darth Vader.
That's bullshit. It's completely.
Name me another bad guy that's so amazing that they did.
Hannibal Lecter has like, what? How many? Hannibal Lecter has, I think, about 30 minutes of that film, and you feel like he fills that film completely. Where's everyone?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
And you know what you said about tell, don't show? That's exactly what they do. That's exactly
what they do with him. I got to use one.
Hannibal Lecter. And it works even better, in my opinion. You're like, what the fuck did this guy do? They just allude to little things that he's done.
But you never actually see him do anything menacing.
Right. Exactly. And that adds to the allure and mystery. No, you do see him do some vicious stuff, like eating the nurse's nose and whatever, and his heartbeat never went over like however many beats the guy said. So
it's Tarkin that you were thinking, General Tarkin.
General Tarkin. I love General Tarkin.
I've got to go.
Apologize.
I really want to end this because, like, because I have to go to school before.
You go to school.
We got 3 right here. Let's get it done.
Yeah. So, it's not like I'm not saying I've got time, but I've got to do one thing before I go to the school as well. So Princess Leia versus the Doctor. This is actually
for me.
This is pretty difficult. This isn't as easy as I thought it would be. I I'm gonna go the Doctor. I find him more entertaining, funny, just as a character. Before, as I said, they started focusing too much on him. When he became a fan favorite, they started focusing way too much on him. But like, just in general, I just find him more entertaining to watch. But Princess Leia is a good character. I don't take anything away from her. And Andrea, you're saying Princess Leia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what are you saying, Jaden?
Honey bun hair girl. Honey bun hair girl.
All right. Sean, where are you, man? I need you.
Oh, who cares what Sean thinks?
Where are you, dude?
Sean's probably on MSK.
Sean, try and get in again. I think something went wrong.
Nerdman, I think he's on. I think he's on MSK.
He's back. He's back. He's in the back room.
Yeah, no, I know he's here.
Yeah, sorry, my internet. For some reason, I don't know.
Yeah, cut out.
My PC or my internet, but there keeps being like lag spikes where just everything crashes and it kicks me out, and it stays like that for like 4 minutes, and then
I thought you went on MSK stream or something.
No,
I figured his
probably
internet
asleep
went out
right now.
too.
But anyway, was there anything I
No,
missed?
he's streaming. He's watching Halo right now.
No, I think you did
No.
Darth Vader versus Benjamin Sisko, and now it's Princess
Yeah.
Leia
Okay, so this is the next round after that.
versus the Doctor. Yeah.
Okay, who won the last round?
Benjamin Sisko.
Okay. And I'll vote for the Doctor here.
All right.
Yeah, the Doctor's entertaining.
Okay,
He's
so
just a
2-2.
good fun.
The
He's
chat.
just a good. So to the chat, he's just a good fun character. Like I don't think there's a super amount of depth to him.
With Cisco, it's no beard. No goatee. I like Cisco with the goatee. Didn't
Just,
like.
send it
So
to the
I've
chat.
sent
Just
it.
do
I've
it for
sent
1
it to
minute.
the chat. I've sent
All right.
it to
So
the
once
chat.
it hits 17 minutes from the live stream here on the timer, then stop the time.
Guys, come on, get your votes in. The Doctor versus
45 seconds.
God, you know, it'd be a really weird. You know, it'd be a really weird tournament rating the Doctor Who's.
Get your votes in.
30 seconds.
Rating the Doctor Who's, yeah, that would be.
Because
I haven't seen enough of them though.
If you think the Marvel versus DC
13
argument,
seconds.
if you think the Marvel versus DC argument exists, you should hear the Doctor Who arguments.
10 seconds.
Oh,
7,
50-50.
6, 5, 4,
50-50.
3,
Get your one vote in.
2, 1.
One vote in. It's 50-50.
Oh
Wow.
no! What happened? Do you flip a coin, or what do you want to do?
So, yeah, we flip a coin. All right. Who's for? I'm for.
I got a coin right here.
I'm for the Doctor. You're for Princess Leia, right?
Yep.
Jaded. Okay.
Yep.
We're gonna do paper, scissors, stone, but we're just gonna say paper.
No, I can do it. Hold on. I'll show it. I'll show it.
No. It's more interactive this way, right? On 3, we're gonna say either scissors, paper, or stone. Okay.
I'll just show it.
Just do what I say. It's my fucking screen.
No, I'm gonna go with me and Brandon.
No, just say paper, scissors, or stone.
Me and Brandon. If I win, it's Princess Leia. If Andrea wins, it's the Doctor. What do you want to do?
No, it's me because
Are you ready? Okay,
All
on 3, not 1, 2, 3, but 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wait. Okay, you're doing it.
Oh
Okay, we'll do it one more time. On 3, so on the third one.
Yes. Yeah? Okay.
1, 2, 3. Scissors.
Okay, do it again.
1,
Make sure you do it above
2,
your name.
3. All right, one more time. 1,
1, 2, 3.
Paper.
Okay, you win. I did wrong.
Doctor. Okay, got to go through.
Nerdman, the only black man I know with less rhythm than MSK.
Yoda versus
One, two, three. Okay, there we go. 5.
I have no rhythm anymore, man. I used to be such a good dancer as well. All right, so Yoda versus Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano.
You don't pronounce it. It's Ahsoka Tano. It's not Ashoka.
Ahsoka Tano. I don't know her, so I'm gonna abstain from the vote.
Well, again, just look how it's spelled. It's not ASH. It's AHS.
Sure, I don't know her, so I'm gonna abstain from the vote. Who's going first?
Yoda.
Yoda. Okay. Cool.
Yoda.
Ahsoka. It's
okay,
tough,
so
though.
2-1. Yoda wins. Okay. Let's
wait, what? Wait. It's because you didn't see it. So I see.
I've never seen Ahsoka Tano. Is she in the 9 films? In any of the 9 films?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, just Clone Wars.
Okay, so Luke Skywalker versus Lando Calrissian. I'm gonna start first. Look, I like Lando Calrissian, man. He's got some swag about him, but I'm gonna go Lando Calrissian because I think everyone's gonna vote for Luke anyway. But I just like his swag.
And you're jaded.
You can automatically put my vote for
Luke Skywalker.
Okay, Luke Skywalker gets one. Next.
The hero of the movie or a guy who lost a lot.
Who for who?
Just whoever's for Skywalker.
Yeah.
Okay. And then last.
Well, you're wrong, Nerdman. I'm going Lando.
Wow. Okay. So Lando it's going to the chat again. Lando versus Luke Skywalker. I think this. I'll be surprised if this is an upset. I like Luke.
No, hold on.
I actually like the younger Anakin more than Luke. Not the one where he's older, but the one where he's like a little kid. I kind of liked him as a hero more. So guys in the chat, Lando Calrissian versus Luke Skywalker. It's there in the chat. Lando has 100% so far.
You gotta go to school, man.
50-50. Come on, guys, get your votes in. If you like Luke Skywalker.
These are the same guys that picked Jar Jar Binks. What do I care what they think?
Come on, guys.
I picked Jar Jar Binks, so I'm not.
Lando 3.
Matter of fact, I'd pick him over damn fucking Joe Biden as president too.
Jesus Christ. Let's not turn this into a political thing. All right, 74 versus 25.
Well, he is a better politician, let's be honest. If we're going by fucking movies, he is a fucking politician in there.
No, he's a better puppet politician. No. Jar Jar's a better puppet politician. There's a difference.
Okay, all right. Considering I'm going to end this vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll, 7 votes, and
honestly, Lando should not be here. Lando should not be here because by the poll standards,
Lando Calrissian 57%.
There's no saving this tournament. This tournament is a clusterfuck.
I'm gonna be honest. Lando should have been there. He should have been knocked out because Jar Jar Binks was a legitimate winner by the fucking poll you put in there, man.
This is a clusterfuck.
So we can't just say by technicality Luke Skywalker wins by default because of this.
No.
At this point, I might as well just flip a coin because it doesn't matter anymore.
Because honestly, if it was Luke Skywalker versus Jar Jar Binks, I would pick Luke Skywalker.
Hold on. Cisco heads. Hold on. Cisco heads. Yep, Cisco. Doesn't matter.
All right, guys. Thank you. All right, so Benjamin Zisco versus Spock. I'm gonna go. Oh man, this one I will go Spock. Benjamin Sisko is really, really cool. I like him as a captain a lot. but I think Spock is probably the best, like, second alien or logical character outside of Tuvok. Really, I like Spock the best out of those kind of characters. I really like the idea of the Vulcans and everything like that. So I'm gonna go Spock on this. Next,
Spock.
Next,
Spock.
And last,
give Benjamin a vote.
yeah, Benjamin's awesome though. He just hasn't had as much of a story kind of thing as Spock throughout. Right? So unfortunately, Benjamin Sisko goes out from that. And so we are down to the finals, which should have been Spock versus Luke Skywalker. I kind of feel bad, like I didn't vote for Luke Skywalker.
Honestly, I kind of feel
bad.
Honestly,
it should have been Lando there in the first place. It should have been Jar Jar Binks versus Luke Skywalker, and Luke Skywalker should have been for the finals. That's how it should have been.
If you're feeling bad for your vote, that means you screwed up your vote.
Yeah, well,
I didn't screw up my vote. It's just it feels weird. The Doctor being there, Leia would have made more sense. Although Catherine really should have been there instead, but whatever.
We shouldn't have even made it.
All right, so it's the Doctor versus Yoda. I'm gonna be real honest here. The Doctor entertains me more. I like Yoda a lot, but the Doctor does entertain me more. I feel like Yoda should go through, though. I'm going to vote for Yoda, only because he's a more iconic character, and I just think it's a more interesting matchup for the next one than the Doctor versus whoever. So I'm going to go Yoda. The Doctor is entertaining, though. He's super entertaining. Next.
Yoda.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, so at least we might have saved ourselves a little bit for this next one. And then Lando Calrissian versus Spock.
I'll go Lando.
Spock. Lando should not be here. It should be fucking...
So you said Spock?
Yes.
And I'm going Spock as well. I think Spock's kind of like just a cooler kind of concept of a character.
I just haven't watched enough. Well, I mean, I have, but I don't remember enough with the seasons with him to confidently vote for him, even though he's probably definitely better. But
okay, and now it's the Doctor versus Lando Calrissian for third place for bronze. I will go with the Doctor. I think he's funny. It was a great performance. He had like various different like really standout episodes where he really got to do some great acting as the Doctor as well. And Lando Calrissian is fucking awesome. He's the coolest guy in space and whatever. But like, yeah, it's still the Doctor. Next,
Lando,
wow, okay.
Oh, I gotta pull an MSK and be like, I gotta love me the white women,
So the Doctor?
Yeah.
Jesus. Make it a racial thing and shit.
I gotta pull an MSK.
I really wish it was Benjamin here for the bronze, but yeah, I'll go Lando.
Lando, okay, so it's Doctor versus Lando for the bronze goes to the chat. I think Lando Calrissian's really cool. I just think the Doctor's performance all throughout Star Trek Voyager was just like really fun. I want them to do a reboot of Star Trek Voyager, like with different actors, and do some movies with it. I think it could be cool to see how different people would play those roles. Anyway, so guys in the chat for the third place bronze, we've got Lando versus the Doctor.
Have you sent the tournament or the poll yet?
Yeah, I sent the poll.
All right.
That means you can now vote on it, as you've been doing. Doctor is winning by 100%. Come on. Get your votes in. 50-50. We're going to leave it till
30 more seconds.
7. Lando Calrissian, 67. You could tell us when it's over, Andrea.
Yeah, I will.
Yep.
15 seconds.
Whoop. Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right.
And Paul, and it is Lando Calrissian takes the Doctor out for third place. Yes! My black man goes through. Good. That's for you, Andrea.
I do like Lando. He is a cool character. I kind of like a little bit how they played him as the younger version in the Solo a little bit.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
It's not a good Star Wars movie. It's a decent sci-fi film. If you don't look at it as a Star Wars film, it's a decent sci-fi.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got two of the coolest alien concept characters versus each other. Yoda the mentor versus Spock, one of the greatest allies in Star Trek. Greatest mentor in Star Wars versus greatest ally to the hero, which is obviously Captain Kirk in Star Trek. I'm going to put this to the vote as well, so you guys will have a vote, Yoda versus Spock. But we can start from the bottom here and work our way up, so I don't influence anybody's vote.
You never influence anybody's vote.
Yeah, but I just don't want anyone saying, like, because I'm more of a Star Trek guy that I'm influencing. It's out there. It's out there. The poll is out there, so you can vote, guys, on Spock versus from the original series versus Yoda. All right. So, from the bottom, who's at the bottom here?
Sean.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I can't confidently vote for Spock because I don't remember enough about him. And I love Yoda. I'm glad Yoda's in the top 3. I would have had him again. I would have had like Benjamin and Yoda in the top 3 at least. I don't know who else I would have had there though. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I'll vote for Yoda.
You're gonna vote for Yoda, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Next. Spock. Okay. Cool. Jaded.
Well, seeing as how I'm a Star Wars fanboy, I'm gonna have to pick Spock.
Okay, and I'm also gonna pick Spock. I like Yoda a lot. I think he's a really great mental character. I think he's pretty badass. I like the way he's small, but he can fight like a ninja and shit. He's really cool. That being said, I just think Spock as a kind of concept, and I just love the chemistry he has with, as I said, with Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk doesn't work anywhere near as well, and Captain Kirk is my favorite Star Trek character. He doesn't work anywhere near as well without that Spock to balance him out, and Spock always played that really well. Spock is in my top 10 Star Trek characters. He's not actually one of my favorite Star Trek, like in terms of the top 5 or something, but he's certainly, I think he'd round out in my top 10. But again, that relationship he has with Kirk elevates Kirk, and for that I enjoy him more. So I am giving it to Spock, which means the greatest character between Star Trek and Star Wars Battle of the Stars is Spock from the original series.
Yeah, like there was anybody was gonna pick the other Spock. Give me a break.
Oh, he was good. He was good. He was
the original Spock is a lot better. The other one was a hollow shell of what the original was.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the new one.
The new one was a hollow shell.
I liked him, but here we go. So we've got number one.
He was the Tom Holland of Spider-Man.
We've got number one Spock original series, number two Yoda, number three Lando Calrissian, good for him. Number four The Doctor, number five Ahsoka Tano, number six Benjamin Sisko, number seven Luke Skywalker, number eight Princess Leia, number nine C-3PO. I thought it was a good list until then. C-3PO should not be that high. And number 10, Darth Vader.
You guys are insane.
Jar Jar Binks.
You're insane for picking fucking Leia over Catherine.
You know what?
Exactly.
Seeing this list, you guys will all love Multiverse of Madness. You'll all love it. Because they're just as ridiculous as
Jar Jar Binks should have been in at least top 10, at least number 10.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's us for the Star Trek versus Star Wars list. Glad we finally finished that one. I'm gonna just say, announcing for the next couple of months.
Poll?
For the next couple of months, I'm only going to be streaming.
Nerdman?
Oh, the poll said. Let me find out. The poll said Spock by 54%.
Wow, that was close.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't blame it.
I agree. It was just weird. I didn't expect it to be close.
Yeah. But that being said, I'm not going to be streaming a lot for the next 2 months because I'm working on some writing projects and starting my teaching drama and everything like that. So I have to really focus on making those classes, designing those classes from scratch. It's drama for kids. They are about 9 to 12 years old.
Well, then that means they'll like most of the DC movies because it'll be on their level.
Oh, that's part of my lessons, convincing them why DC is better, than the MCU. But that's going to be incorporated very.
If they were 5-year-olds, I would see. If they were 5-year-olds, I'd say they're on the MCU level.
Yeah. But I don't know. Look, I wanted to talk quickly about the Northman, considering I'm not going to be able to come on for a while. I will be on other people's shows, maybe some MSK, but mainly K-Docs. I might show up on the Film Elitist stream as well.
Yeah, we are doing some streams on there.
I'll let you guys talk about the Northman since I haven't seen it yet. So thanks for having me on, man.
Peace, man.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, I mean, we are doing a lot of streams up and coming on Film Elitist's channel, and we're doing one tomorrow or something on Chris Benoit and the dumb conspiracy theories of that, but talking about CT as well that happened to him. But yeah, anyway, this is my reaction after watching The Northman. There, that's my reaction.
Was it good? You thought it was good?
Amazing! Holy fuck!
Yeah. I actually thought it was a little bit thin. I liked it. I liked it visually. I did like the kind of brutality aspects of it. It wasn't so much romanticizing, this kind of historical periods and how wars were fought back then. Because often they kind of romanticize that and make it cool, whereas you really saw some of the horror of what happened in those things. But I did think that the story was a little bit paper thin, with it just being a kind of Hamlet.
It's based off of Hamlet, which is Shakespeare's Hamlet was inspired by. But yeah, I mean,
right.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is basic, and that's why I didn't like it as much as thought it was amazing, but I didn't like it as much as The Lighthouse, which I think is a masterpiece, and that's one of the small reasons. Just the main story of it, outside of everything on top of it, and just the revenge tale and everything, is little seen that before, a bit predictable, obviously straightforward, and Hamlet, basically. But I mean, since it was adapting that, though, you can't criticize it too much, as it was. And it's like criticizing The Lion King for that. So I mean, but yeah, I do agree with you a bit there, though.
It was very predictable to me what was going to happen. Like I knew, like right from the jump, that the mother was in on it. You know, like
I did too. It was pretty predictable. I agree, and like how it would play out. But
the directing. So, is it based on a play from the past, or it's based on just a myth, a story?
It's based off the book or whatever of Hamlet. I don't know about a play, but yeah, Hamlet, which inspired Hamlet. And what I like is, the director said like he got like an Icelandic writer to do it with the screenplay with him, who wrote the screenplay for Lamb, an A24 film that came out last year that K-Dots talks about a lot, which was pretty great, and another Icelandic film. It was made the shortlist for the Academy International Film thing. And then he also wrote the this one he wrote this song that with Bjork and
Lance von Trier. Sorry, who? You've cut out. So anyway, my opinion, I thought the acting was really great. I thought Skarsgård was good in the movie. I thought I can't remember her name. Let me look up the Northman cast, because it will remind me more of the movie. I just don't think it was the masterpiece that people, and the exciting cinema that people kind of were saying it was. I'd give it a good 7.3 out of 10, just because of the predictability of it. But where it shines is like the cinematography. Some of the acting is pretty decent. I think for the most part, like all the actors did, they did well. It wasn't incredible, but they did pretty well. All of them. Alexander Skarsgård, obviously, in the main role, was very good, and so was Anya Taylor-Joy. For the most part, was very good. Ethan Hawke was surprisingly good as well. Where the only thing this film really lacks for me in is just there's not that many surprises. It's a very basic story, and now I hear that it's based off an ancient myth, Viking mythology story. It kind of makes sense to me why it's like that, and why it kind of reminded me so much of Hamlet, because it's based off this Hamlet story. But yeah, I don't have a ton more like I really want to say about the film.
Sorry, God, my thing keeps crashing, but anyway, I switched to my phone now since my PC keeps crashing. Sorry about that, but so I don't know how much I got in, but I was saying the screenwriter, I did Lamb. I think I said got that in, and he with Bjork, the famous person there, and Lars von Trier on the song lyrics for Dancer in the Dark, which got them an Oscar nominee, which was the three of their only Oscar nominee to date. And then him and Bjork both reunited for this film, both Icelandic. So, and this is Bjork's first acting performance since Dancer in the Dark, almost 20 years later, which is pretty crazy because I thought she was masterful in Dancer in the Dark, so I'm surprised she hasn't really done many films.
Haven't really seen. I saw that and I didn't know that I was. It was a bit I'm not a huge Lance von Trier fan, honestly.
I see.
It's interesting cinema he's trying to make, but I feel like other filmmakers have done that much better. The kind of
Lars von Trier.
Yeah, the start. I'm trying to think of who did The Seventh Seal.
It's the Swedish filmmaker. I know who you're talking about. I don't remember quite his name, but I know who you mean.
He directs films like that, but he does it much better. And for me, actually bringing him up, he's a good director to bring up. The guy who did The Seventh Seal, because I feel like this director's wanting to do something like The Seventh Seal, but modern and a little bit more violent. and I don't think it works anywhere near as interesting as something like The Seventh Seal. And that's why I was like, when people were calling it a masterpiece, I was like, oh, it's either going to go Gladiator route but darker.
Yeah, the director's name
it's going to go
Ingmar Bergman or whatever.
Ingmar Bergman, sorry, Ingmar Bergman. Yeah,
and also rest in peace to the actor Max von Sydow. I think he passed away just last year.
Yeah, good actor. But yeah, but it's a perfectly good, solid movie. I'd give it a 7.3, 7.4 out of 10. But it's no masterpiece. It's nothing like everyone was talking about. Like, this is a game changer for cinema and da 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 da. It's not that great. I mean,
well, I don't think it's like a masterpiece or like does anything like too out there. But like, I do think he was like, he didn't go as crazy with it, the director Robert Eggers, as he might have wanted to, since he was given a bigger budget as more advertised for general audiences, so try to make more money. So I don't think he got to go as hard there as he wanted to, but I do think it did an amazing job still, though, in my opinion. And also there was a lot of like false cliches and stuff, and with a lot of these like Northman, Viking, Conan the Barbarian, just Icelandic type films over and stories over the years, and this film and Robert Eggers and them really corrected a lot of them in this film, which I really liked. A lot of the cliches.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, no, I don't have a ton more to say about it, like in terms of the spoilers or anything like that. I think everyone should go and see it. If you've got the opportunity, but it's nothing you need to rush out and see, and I think you could enjoy it just as much at home as in the cinema. It's not like
I mean,
I really want films like that to be supported over these comic book,
and it's not doing well,
kind of things.
It's sad.
Yeah, I think it's sad that it should have been a good. I think it should have at least made its budget back or something like that. I hope it has, because it's
got a long way, Northman. It had like a 70 to 90 million budget. It's made like 30 million at most right now.
Oh, really? That's sad as well, because Alexander Skarsgård, I really want him to get more work because he's a fucking fantastic actor.
Yeah, I had my doubts on him, but after this film, damn.
Man, he's done much better performances than this.
Yeah, like I've always liked him. I just didn't think he was anything that special or anything, but damn, he was really excellent in this. Like, I don't know if you saw the film.
90 million on this. That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
What idiots. Why would you this movie should have been done for like 20 million max. And then it would have been but
they wouldn't have made it look good. That's the thing. And
wait a second. It doesn't look to me like the effects are like I mean, it's good.
I mean,
good effects, but it's not
70 million really isn't that much, man, especially for the effects in a film like this. It costs a lot. It's really not that much.
I honestly think you could have. How much? Look, I'll see this. I want to know the budget for Macbeth.
From the tragedy of Macbeth?
Movie. Yeah, the recent Macbeth movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, that one you could really see more like how not huge of a budget it was. Like, it was more like it was super well done. I love the cinematography and production design in that, but you could definitely tell like it was smaller scale and that.
Yeah, it was 20 million.
Compared to this, so this is a lot bigger scale, and they went over more place. Like, it costs a lot more doing this type of film.
Yeah, but I think this film could have been more popular because it's more action-based than Macbeth. Macbeth grossed only 16 million worldwide on a 20 million budget, which is not great. Lost 4 million. But at the same time, I feel like it looked just as good, if not. Yeah, it looked just as good as this movie. It had some special effects there. And this movie should have never cost 90 million. Unless you're making a Gladiator-style movie, like action movie, you can't spend like that kind of money. That's just irresponsible. I'd be pissed if I was the investor.
Yes, I thought
It should have been a Gladiator movie if they're going to do that.
Ever. It's really unfortunate though, but yeah, I mean, because also the director has been trying to make other projects. I forgot the what the miniseries did he say he wanted to do? Yeah, Rasputin. I don't know if you heard of him, Rasputin, or
yeah, I know Rasputin.
The name. He wanted to make a mini series off of that, and then he had and still has a Nosferatu remake in the works, and he wanted to cast Willem Dafoe, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Harry Styles for that. And then he had a medieval film called The Night in the works, but all that has been on hold. But he said that would change if this is successful enough critically and box office wise. But one of them's doing well in that area, the other one not so much. So as you can see,
he
which
should
is
just get his off and do a comic book movie, and then they'll give him the stop trying to be a fucking hipster and like just do a comic book movie and then make it successful, and they'll give you the money. You'll get a bigger name. People will be, because I think his style would work with certain comic book properties. And he could make an actually, like, especially if he goes to Warner Brothers.
Well, he says he's not a fan of like comic book films, but he watched the Batman though, and he really liked that one though. He really liked what Matt Reeves did there.
Yeah, well, exactly. So I think he could suit. Honestly, I think there's a Green Lantern story, right? I know it's weird. It sounds weird. But there's a Green Lantern story that's called Green Lantern Earth 1 that a lot of Green Lantern fans want that to be made into the Green Lantern movie. And it's a little bit darker. It's almost like if, what's his name who did Alien? Who's the director who did Alien?
Oh, sorry, what's that?
Who is the director who did Alien?
Ridley Scott, you mean?
Ridley Scott. It's almost as if Ridley Scott had made a Green Lantern story. That's Green Lantern Earth 1. If he did something like that, I think that could work. I'm trying to think also of more like Thor, Wonder Woman style characters as well that he could like do. I just think, I think honestly, he'd be better off doing something like that, getting a name about him, and then going on and doing these Nosferatu movies and stuff like that. Because he's a good director. He's clearly very, very talented.
I love it. He's one of my favorites right now already. The Witch, I thought had issues because he was a stage play guy, and he was just like started learning how to adapt stuff into film. So it had issues there, but overall I thought
big pacing issues. Big pacing issues.
I had definitely issues, but I thought it was great overall with what he did there. And then the Northman, again, amazing again, and the Lighthouse I just think is a masterpiece. And then there's an article here. 5 nerdy franchises Robert Eggers would be perfect for after the Northman. This article says.
Okay, which one?
Brings psychological horror to Constantine.
That'd be interesting way to go. But I think that's more. You need someone a little bit more who can do some humor.
Eggers can add suspense to Universal's Dark Universe. They say.
No, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling any of these choices yet.
Eggers can add art to DC's New Gods.
Nope.
Eggers can infuse horror into Alien once more.
There you go. That fits him.
And the last one is Eggers can offer unique spectacle to Star Wars.
No. It could work. That could work, but no. I think he's too out there for projects like that because they've got such a rabid fan base. Yeah, they've got such a rabid fan base that if he does something too creative with their stuff, they'll just hate him for it.
Well, that's why he does like a spin. Well, just his own spin-off thing, like Rogue One. I think a Rogue One type story he would do.
Maybe, but I'd keep him all. I think Green Lantern is just good in the terms of one. It's going to be better than the first Green Lantern movie, so everyone's going to be happier there, right? I'd rather him do something to do with like, what he's interested in. Like, it seems like ancient Greek or ancient mythologies, like the Viking mythologies and stuff like that. I'd rather get a character like that. Like, if they hadn't have butchered Thor like the way they've butchered him, and if I knew that, if I didn't know that the MCU would never let him do anything interesting with Thor, then I would say Thor would be definitely the character for him. But independently of that, I would say Wonder Woman's too dark. So too like not. She's too much of a good noble character for him. But if they wanted to do New 52 Wonder Woman, I think that would be something. Or Wonder Woman Dead Earth, I think he'd be really good. But outside of that, I can't think of anything big character that he could take on that would do with this kind of ancient mythology. So what I was thinking is that he could inject some of that those mythological aspects into something like Green Lantern, and like do some really cool imaginative visual stuff with the constructs that he does, and like maybe get more dramatic. And I don't think Green Lantern has the kind of rabid fan base where he could do creative things with Green Lantern, short of like, oh, Green Lantern doesn't have a ring or something like that, or changing his origin up or stupid shit like that. But if he keeps basically to the structure of what Green Lantern is, adds some kind of, like, they're knights in space, they use swords and axes with their constructs and stuff like that, I think could work for him. It's not the best thing for him, but it's the closest approximation I could see to something he could do, because I don't know how interested he is in sci-fi. That's the only problem. If he's not that interested in sci-fi,
I mean, with
otherwise it would be the Batman. The Batman.
I mean, with the right project, he would be interested. As he said, he really liked the Batman. He said he didn't care for comic book films before, but really liked that one. So with the right project, maybe that. And if he's somewhat passionate about it, like if he doesn't care about comic books at all and never like grew up with them, then I don't know if he would like to do any IPs like that in comparison to before. But I mean, if they offer him the right project and he sees things in it that he can like use things from these films into them, like really take advantage.
I just know he can't do Superman. He could do Batman, but obviously Batman's kind of taken care of.
I mean, what's one character?
He can't do Wonder Woman. Maybe a Martian Manhunter.
Maybe. I mean, what was the one character they were talking about? Lobo or Loba? What's his name?
No, Lobo's too funny.
Lobo. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. Well, I don't know anything about Lobo, so but I looked him up and I thought he was like, it's just his look. So I thought maybe, but
Lobo's a little bit.
I mean, he does have comedy. Sorry, I mean not the Northman, but the Lighthouse is also partly a comedy. So I mean, he has done comedy technically.
Yeah, I think the Demon Etrigan, that would be really good if he could do something where he gets to focus, because I don't think you could just do a Demon Etrigan movie, but like if you have you know who I'm talking about, the one who always rhymes, and he's based off Arthurian legends.
Oh yeah,
if he could do something with him in it, where like he gets to focus a lot on that character, I think that would be really great for him.
Yeah, I could see it maybe.
But that would be Justice League Dark.
Yeah, I mean, do you not think he would be good with Constantine though?
I think Constantine's just a little bit too cheeky, chappy, funny. People would expect like humor, and him being cheeky and weird, and I don't know that.
But again, he has done humor, and he has done weird like humor stuff like that. Again, that's what The Lighthouse is. It's also it's basically every genre covers, including comedy. So I mean, he had experience.
I feel bad saying this, but like that, this is where we've got to, where visionary directors. Like, can you imagine if Scorsese was directing now? It's like none of his movies would make any money, and he'd have to direct a fucking MCU movie.
Or he's doing Killers or next, coming out this year. We'll see if that makes any money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, all the great directors like Spielberg, Scorsese, all of those guys, if they were if they were like in their 20s or 30s now, we would have never got like Taxi Driver and all of their great movies, because they would have seen, some of Scorsese's early movies or Spielberg's early movies, like Duel or, what was it, like Mean Streets or something like that, and gone, oh, this is good. Hasn't made much money though. So if we want this guy to continue directing, better get him on the Batman, or let's get Spielberg doing Superman. They'd have to cuck these guys' careers before they really got to blossom into something special, with them doing superhero bullshit. It's like Taika Waititi. Great, he was great. He was on a great trajectory with his films, and then they got him doing 4, and it was just trash. It's just trashy in comparison to what he was doing before. So, yeah.
Well, I do think Taika Waititi kind of copies Wes Anderson a bit. Like, I think Jojo Rabbit's grossly overrated. It really just kind of copies.
Yeah, I don't like Jojo Rabbit.
What was it, Moonrise Kingdom or whatever it's called?
Moonrise Kingdom's much better. I didn't like Jojo Rabbit at all.
Really?
Not at all. I liked it a bit, but like,
I mean, I still thought it was very good, but I just didn't see anything special in it.
No, it was okay. It shouldn't have won an Oscar. No way.
You got a screenplay fucking win for that, and Wes Anderson has yet to win an Oscar. Not even for one of his 2 animated films. Like, what kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, Wes Anderson's good. I was going to say that for me, I will do a Wes Anderson. That will be the last one I do. I'll do a Wes Anderson tier ranking with you. And Pickle, hopefully.
Yeah, well, we could do an A24 one in the future if you watch enough.
Yeah, once I watch enough. But
Wes
Anderson I can do, because I really like Wes Anderson. But what was I going to say? That I like Hunt for the Wilder People, because I think that was a good blend between his Wes Anderson-y humor, but also his own kind of homegrown New Zealand humor. And I just thought that was a great movie, great character at the center of it. And it seemed like he was onto something with that movie. And then
I agree. I do like him.
Then he got moved to Thor, and I was just like, now I don't even like him that much. Honestly, like after Thor and all that stuff, it's like it's exposed him too quickly. I think he needed to refine his humor. And James Gunn is just a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I'm done with James Gunn. His whole directing style is like, it wants to be somewhat Wes Anderson-y, wants to be somewhat Taika Waititi, but he does not have the humor or skill to really do anything. But he's good at visuals. That's it. He's good at like visuals.
I mean, I don't mind James.
They don't have any soul.
Again, I like the Guardians films. They're some of the better MCU films. I think the Suicide Squad's very good. I do appreciate a lot of things about like his earlier films, even if they're not great. But yeah, I mean, I don't love him. I mean, it's the same thing with Taika Waititi. Like, as much as I say he's
got frat boy humor. That's my problem with him.
Some of it's annoying. Others I like of his humor I do like, but I mean, same thing with Taika Waititi though. Like, as much as I say he's like a bootleg Wes Anderson, I do like him. Like, yeah, I still like Jojo Rabbit. I think What We Do in the Shadows and Boy are great. Hunt for the Wilder People is very good. His earlier films like 2 Cars, One Night, that short film, and Eagle versus Shark are solid. I think Thor Ragnarok is still past serviceable. There were things I still liked about it, as much as those flaws, though. But yeah, I just don't think he's anything special as all. And yeah, I mean, you could say the same with James Gunn, but I mean, yeah.
No, I agree with you. But I just don't think there's something mean-spirited about James Gunn's movies, that he takes such delight in violence and making it like funny and grotesque, but it's not that clever, the humor, to support the level of violence. It's just like, oh, let's blow things up and see people's limbs and blood flying around and and that'll just be humorous in and of itself. And it's just like, no, I think The Boys does it better. I think there are, The Boys, the TV show, or like there are other directors who do that blood and gore humor a billion times better. And his humor is one of, I don't know. I'll leave it at that. I'm not a James Gunn guy.
I'm not a fan of some of his. It's definitely 50-50 with me with his humor. I like 50% of it. Other 50%, it gets annoying. I think the main issues is just it drags on a lot of his jokes. That's why the Suicide Squad's humor I thought was better than Peacemaker's, because Peacemaker's just overdid it with dragging it on. It's just ruining the joke. It's just taking it too literally. Just other directors did it better. When he doesn't do that in Peacemaker, it's good. But yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave it at that because I got to get off to school and get some stuff done. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you, Onzo.
Yeah, no problem.
No, thanks, man. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Take care. And also you said you were doing, right. Not to say anything too much, but just I do have some experience with like screenwriting and stuff. So if you ever needed help with any of that in the future, I do have experience with that. Yeah.
Cool. I'll send you.
Yeah, and anyone watching this, I mean, if you were to see one film in theaters like anytime soon, I mean, this is a good experience film. The Northman to see in theaters, and
I think it is. I
need more films like this.
My girlfriend liked it a lot. Actually, she liked it a lot, although she did agree with me that it was pretty predictable. And it wasn't the grand epic that I thought it might be. Even like the dark grand epic, I didn't get that sense. That
a lot of people were disappointed there wasn't much Willem Dafoe.
But very good acting, performance, cinematography, music, atmosphere. All of that is very, very good. It just lacks something. It lacks a little something. But anyway, again, thank you, Andrea, for coming on. Thank you, Jaded, for coming on as well. I'm not going to be doing a spoiler review of Doctor Strange. You can just find me on other people's channels, maybe if they are discussing it and I have time. I'm not going to be seeing you guys for a while. I really love all you guys, and I've missed you over the last couple of weeks and whatever. But just I just have to do a little bit of distance from like just talking about comic book stuff, arguing the same things over and over again. I want a little bit of distance from it, only because I just want to. There's just things that I want to utilize my time for, especially with like feeling so tired all the time and sleepy, and I don't like promising that I'm going to do a show or like announcing a thing and then getting so tired that I don't deliver for you guys. So I just want to sort that aspect of my health and whatever out, and then I'll be back in full force, fucking shitting on the MCU, like I should do. What else was I going to say? Regarding my thoughts on Doctor Strange, spoilers. If there's a spoiler review that I'm there for, probably K-Dots or something like that, I will jump on and you'll get my spoiler views of why I think the multiverse aspect of it didn't work as well, for instance. Is there anything else? I think that's it. I think that's genuinely it. So, guys, I won't be seeing you on the flip side for a little bit, but I still love you 3000. Peace.